This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
Mason, this episode is brought to you by ShipStation. We'll talk about them in a bit. But excitingly up top, we have another sponsor, a first-time sponsor.
That's right.
It's actually a company that you're a big fan of, and you requested that we could maybe get some kind of association with.
This is my baby.
That's right.
So I discovered this company and I bought some stuff from them and I liked it so much that I'm like, would they need a hand? Like, can I tell people about this? Does that work?
Exactly. So Claire's been kind enough to take that offhanded comment you made.
Yes.
And met up with
demand. I tapped at your window when you were asleep and I'm like, hey, look at this shirt I'm wearing.
So they're called Mr. Koya. I mean, how would you describe them, Mason?
Well, it's like they have a model of shirt. It's a short sleeve button up shirt.
Yep.
And there's patterns, there's colours.
Yes.
And like my one vice in life is like I have too many shirts.
It's true.
There's way too many. Have you ever seen me in the same shirt twice?
I don't think I have.
You probably have. It's not that crazy.
I'm not that astute.
No, that's very true.
But no, do you ever see me in the same shirt
Every
twice?
week, except for this week.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I got these shirts, but they're like again, because I have so many shirts, I can tell you with certainty these are some of the best patterns I've ever seen. Like they're crisp, they're interesting, they're colourful, and it's like if you like a really wild shirt, they've got great ones.
Like a Taika Waititi kind of shirt.
Exactly. Like this one I'm wearing right now. But if you like a more subtle shirt, because oftentimes the loud one, I find with a brand like the loud ones are great, but the subtle ones are boring.
Yeah.
But this one I'm like, oh, these are all...
It's a really good mix.
Yeah,
I
totally.
have 3. They were kind enough to send me 3, and you have 400.
Probably, almost certainly, yeah.
But they're really good, they're a good trim fit.
Well, they said to us, hey, pick out a couple of shirts and then we'll send them to you. And I'm like, we'll have to pick 2 that I don't already have. I had to really scrub through
what I like as well, because it's like a good restaurant, Mason. Yeah. It's not like 400 shirts. They do like a limited range. But they do them properly.
Yeah. Limited run. And like I said, like these prints are really good.
Yeah.
Like they're crisp, they're interesting, they're colourful.
Oh, dogs at the door.
Dogs at the door. We'll get to the dog in a moment. The dog can wait.
The dog can wait.
Sponsor first, dog second.
That's it.
And they're really well finished. They've got a nice... Oh, they're very nice.
And it says here, they're open now. They're open with their factory and how everything is crafted. If you go to mrkoya.com/pages/our-factory, our-factory. So it's all ethically and humanely made. It's not some sweatshop where people lose hands in machines and shit.
And like and they've gone on the website. If you're unsure of your size, they've got all the measurements up there. You can just compare it to a shirt you already own.
Also, shipping's really easy, as is returns. And also, you're not dealing with... It's not a nightmare to deal with that. They're very personable.
Well, we've met them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's also an Australian company as well.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's why I wanted to get out here, because they're really cool and interesting.
That's it. Yeah, so if you go to mrkoya.com and then enter the promo code PLANET. I should call it discount code, Mason. You receive 25% off your order when you buy 2 or more shirts.
And I would highly recommend that.
I agree. I'm going to get more shirts.
I'm also going to get more shirts.
Exactly. It's also a good time of year wherever you are in the world to get them, because we're going into autumn, and I love a short sleeve shirt and the jeans. Yes. And it's the perfect weather for that. Also, if you're overseas, because they ship anywhere in the world, it's going into spring. So again,
that's
perfect opportunity.
Big fan.
Yeah, so that's Mr. Koya, mrkoya.com, discount code PLANET to receive 25% off.
I'm wearing the Sultan right now.
I'm wearing one. It's blue and it's got, I don't know what it's called.
Flamingos on it.
Flamingos on it.
Yeah. Right.
And actually, I didn't realize until I went out what it was. I was like, oh, there are flamingos on this. And that's the world we live in.
That's right.
Okay.
That's the magic of this world.
Isn't it? Look at that dog in.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, is my co-host, Nick Mason.
I'm here. We're a couple of mates in matching shirts.
You better believe we're not matching. Same brand, different patterns.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Good, excellent. Mason, you know how this is
couple of shirt bros. Couple of shirty boys.
You know how that was a coincidence, by the way, that we're like...
We didn't plan
We
this.
didn't plan this out. I mean, not that because no one can see it anyway,
No,
so it
because-
doesn't really matter.
Well, I put mine up on Instagram, but whatever.
Okay, cool, Mason. You
yeah.
think you're pretty cool, don't you?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
It's not true.
Here's two things that are sort of the same but different, Mason. Just like the
Oh.
shirts we're wearing. You know
Didn't
how
plan that either.
we're getting another Joker film.
That's right.
In addition to the Joker that we've already gotten.
Yep.
This one with Joaquin Phoenix apparently is going to take an element of the origin from The Killing Joke.
Where
And
he's a failed stand-up comedian, right?
Correct, exactly.
Okay. Now, is Joaquin Phoenix confirmed at this point?
I think it's a lock, but they haven't
Okay, right.
officially announced
Yeah,
a lot
right.
of this stuff. But
Okay, yeah.
What do you think of that, Mason? It's sort of The Killing Joke.
It's
just
sort
like
of The Killing
BVS
Joke,
is
yeah.
Sort of The Dark
whole
Knight
bunch of stuff, and
Returns
Death of Superman.
and something about
Something
a Wonder
else.
Woman origin.
Yeah, great.
What do you think?
Look, it could work.
I agree. Well,
And
it
again,
has worked.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it has worked for several decades because of that story. But yeah, no, again, I'm not a big fan of a definitive origin for the Joker. But I think if you can
Yeah.
kind of, and again, I'd be happy if they just say this is his origin now because
Yeah.
they'll change it again in a couple of years.
It's also, this is the definitive origin for that story, of that particular story and that version of the Joker.
Yeah, right.
Because there's been multiple origins, and apparently at the moment there's 3 distinct different Jokers from
yeah.
different eras.
Which they haven't really done a lot with in the comic books.
I think maybe they're going to touch on it more in that Watchmen thing that they're doing at the moment.
Yeah, right, okay,
Maybe. Or
yeah.
maybe they won't, Mason.
But okay, do you think that this is going to be in a couple of weeks or a couple of months? They're going to go, oh yeah, by the way, this is actually just a live action The Killing Joke.
I'd love that. I mean, but then you got to work in Batman, and is it going to be a Batman?
That's true,
movie?
and you got to work in Batgirl.
And you got to
as
work
well.
in Batgirl, and you got to work in a big hat and a camera.
That's true, hats and cameras,
And a
yeah.
Hawaiian shirt.
Hawaii's got to wear that Hawaiian shirt. Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm very interested to see how this turns out.
I would also be happy to have the Killing Joke origin
Yeah.
and then just some sort of crime story.
Absolutely, I completely agree.
Do you want? Would you like a Goodfellas style crime story, or do you want it to be? How much? I guess my question is how much super stuff do you want in this?
I think for this one, I'd be okay with it just being a crime story because
Same.
of who's behind it. Not
Yeah.
everything has to be exactly like the movies. You can
Yeah.
take certain elements, and
Uh-huh.
it might be a little bit confusing if they start working in Batman and everything
Yeah.
else in this universe that's not connected to the main universe. I mean,
Yeah,
at
right.
the same time, if they did it,
But at
great.
the same time,
Oh, whoa!
how are they going to explain why Batman isn't there?
Yes.
Are they going to say, well, this takes place in a universe where there aren't any superheroes?
Yeah.
Or is it maybe you could have the Batman as sort of this menacing presence
Yes, but you don't
in
see
the distance,
him.
and he's referred to, but he's never seen,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Like he
Or-
does knock him into the vat of chemicals or whatever. But
Yeah,
we don't-
maybe.
yeah, because maybe it is.
I guess you do have to include that, don't you? It's
Well, I
just-
guess if
it's
they
just
go
occurred
down
to me,
that route, because I remember hearing when we talked about it way back, the story was that he had a permanent smile as a kid. He had some kind of
Yeah, right.
disease or an ailment or something, and so he was teased and bullied, and then he grew up to be, I guess, a stand-up comedian, and then a
Yeah,
gangster.
right, okay, yeah.
I don't know
uh-huh.
how much of this is true or not, but. It's certainly interesting. I really like the casting choice.
Yeah, right.
Of Joaquin Phoenix, because he'll do anything. He'll pretend to be crazy for a year.
Yeah, that's right.
Even though
To no benefit,
to no
ultimately.
benefit, even though everybody knew he was putting it on for a movie that nobody
Yeah.
saw.
If you see there's that Letterman interview, and Letterman's just the entire time his expression is just like, "Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
No one believes you."
Why are you making me do this?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But no, I think it's really good casting,
Mm-hmm.
and I think this could turn out really great. Todd Phillips. Yeah, not all these movies are fantastic by any stretch. I didn't see War Dogs. Did you see War Dogs?
No, War Dogs is on my Netflix list.
Ah.
It's on my emergency content
Sure.
list if I'm home and
And the power goes out.
Yep. But I have a backup generator solely on my TV
Correct,
and my
yes.
What
Yeah.
and I can watch Netflix and that's it. But also somehow my doors have locked and I can't escape my apartment. Maybe is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Wow, what
What did you think I meant?
a bizarre and actually quite likely situation to be in.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's.
But anyway, what I'm saying is if I'm in that situation,
Yeah.
then I'll probably watch War
War
Dogs.
Dogs. Yeah, because I didn't like 2 out of the 3 Hangover movies.
Correct.
And I probably hate the first one more because of the other 2, even though I haven't seen it. But I remember really liking it at the
Same,
time.
yeah. Mhm.
Did you see the one where Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis did Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Due date? No,
Yeah.
that is on my backup Netflix list. If I go through everything, I'll be like, what else was I
Yeah.
thinking about? Oh, due date? No, I probably still won't watch
Yeah,
it.
it's not great. And he also did Old School, which is
Yeah, okay, sure.
everybody's favorite movie from when we were at university.
All right.
Yeah.
Does that still hold up, I wonder?
I don't know. I remember liking it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, everyone still yells, "You're my boy," blue at each other.
Yep.
That still happens, isn't
Yeah.
it? Don't they?
Uh-huh, sure.
Good stuff. Next bit of news?
Yeah, please.
Kristen Wiig has been confirmed as Cheetah in the Wonder Woman sequel.
Yeah.
There you go, Mason. Did you think this wasn't going to happen?
No, I thought it was going to happen.
Well, then you're on the money, mate.
Thank you, yeah.
What do you think of the casting? We talked about it last week. So.
We did, yeah. No, I like Kristen Wiig and things.
Agreed. Is it, as we said last week, is it an amulet? Is it some kind of cheetah curse? Do you think they went, Black Panther did really well. What if we brought a cat person in this movie?
Look, it's going to... Yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Well, no, because she's been in the... I think we said this last week. There was a very well-regarded Wonder Woman story quite recently where Cheetah was the villain.
Yeah.
So...
It's good. I like her as a villain.
Yeah, so this has been on the cards for a while.
Yeah.
I think it's going to have to be magic. There's been multiple versions of Cheetah in the past.
Like a genetic experimento?
Yeah, but there was one version where... Cheetah is just this woman. The very first one, I think Cheetah is just like some sort of high society woman.
Yeah.
Who gets embarrassed by Wonder Woman at an event, and then she goes home.
For wearing a fur or something?
Yeah, mate, I think so. Yeah, and then she goes home and like goes insane in the mirror. And her reflection's just like, dress up as a cheetah and kill Wonder Woman.
That sounds like a Tim Burton movie.
And then see, there you go. That's why we don't let Tim Burton make movies anymore. And then she just chops up a cheetah skin rug that she has in her house and she makes a cheetah costume.
Okay.
And then she harasses Wonder Woman, who doesn't just punch her into space. So it's going to have to be magic in this one, because otherwise this is going to end in one punch or one sword stroke.
Absolutely,
just Kristen Wiig getting her head cut off.
Yeah, definitely.
Unless they make her like the backup bad guy.
It could very well be. I don't think so with someone like Kristen Wiig.
No,
I
for
think
sure.
You'd do it. Yeah. You'd go all the way.
That's right.
All right, what do we got here? Mason, we've got more DC news. I know you're excited.
All right.
Get ready for this.
I'm ready.
There's rumours that Tom Cruise has been courted or has been courted at some point. Who knows? To play Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan, yeah.
I like
as
that
a
a
veteran.
lot.
Me too.
Yeah, you've been saying that. One of us has been saying that.
We've both probably been saying it, that we'd like to see. Yeah. And is that confirmed that he's maybe a veteran
I
Green Lantern?
So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Because I think it was you mentioned years back that you'd like the idea that Hal Jordan comes back to Earth thinking he's special. He's like, I went off the universe and I saved planets and I've got a green magic ring, and it's just...
And he shows up and everybody's just a merman or a god or an alien or whatever. Yeah. And everybody's like, well, who cares?
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
Right, you can make a big green boxing glove. Who cares?
So I like that.
This guy knocked down every building in Metropolis and now we love him. We've all gone insane. Yeah, that'd be good. And I guess that gives us, the Tom Cruise star power gives us reason to be impressed when this character shows up.
Definitely, yeah.
Because you're like, ooh, okay. This is a little
I think Tom Cruise still is one of the few movie stars who has star power, but it obviously has limits. I mean, we know that from The Mummy. Like, he fits the wrong shared universe. And this might be a really good fit for him. Because he's he can play Top Gun arrogant kind of
Exactly.
thing. Yeah.
That's just occurred to me now that he is Top Gun,
yes.
and Hal Jordan is the...
He's Johnny Top Gun.
He's Johnny
from the
Top
movie
Gun.
Top Gun.
Like, Hal Jordan that's his whole shtick.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I think people really... Like, that's an inbuilt resonance to this character where you're like, well, he's this fearless, arrogant Top Gun guy. Get the Top Gun guy.
Yeah,
why wouldn't you?
Yeah. I wouldn't even mind, because they've talked about a Green Lantern Corps movie where there's a few of them. He comes back to Earth and recruits a few, and he's got a little team, a little posse of. He gets a Val Kilmer. He gets the corpse of Goose, and then off he goes.
Exactly. He gets Jag from Jag. Yeah.
He gets the Pretender, because he could be anyone, and it's also that era.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He gets Richard Belzer.
Don't know.
Oh, he's in Law and Order, and Richard Belzer he's the Detective Munch. Right. He's the character. He's got grey hair and the little glasses, and he's one of the shared universe guys. Right, yeah. So he's been in Law and Order, and he's been in Chicago Hope, and he's been in the X-Files.
Richard
Belzer. Belzer.
The actor or the character?
That's the actor's name.
Oh, yeah, I know this guy.
Yeah.
Is he dead?
I think he's alive.
Okay.
Anyway, if he's alive, he's going to be in Green Lantern.
Yes. Yeah, no, he's alive. He's 73. Great.
Okay. Terrific.
I was going to say bring back Mark Strong as Sinestro, but he's doing another thing, which we can actually talk about now.
Okay.
Some more Shazam set photos have surfaced, where we get a good look at the costume.
Yep, we get a look at the chest.
This is taking a bit of a kicking, but I really like it.
Yeah, right.
What do you think?
Look, again, I was against it because my initial thought was what I would have liked to see, given the universe we've already gotten, is we get a grown-up Billy Batson who's kind of worn down by the fact that he became Shazam Captain Marvel 20 years ago, and maybe he gave it up because this universe is so rotten, and now he's come back.
Yeah.
But again, based on the look of the character, I like the fact that it's kind of a shot in the arm to this universe, and it's kind of
Absolutely.
maybe a bit more lighter and more fun.
And it's dead on.
Yes.
I really
I think the suit color is a little too light for me.
Yes, but the thing about that is, have a look at the Spider-Man photos, like when he's on set. Look at the Black Panther costume.
That's true.
From Civil War. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So you can't really take this as the final look at it. Yeah.
You know, if you imagine him covered in lightning
Yes,
at all
exactly.
times.
No, I agree with you on the red.
Yep.
But I really like the emblem.
Yeah, same.
And the gold kind of trim on it.
I don't like the cape, but I've never liked the cape.
No, you've never been a fan. No. What do you think of the haircut?
Haircut's pretty good.
It's not a great haircut, but it works for
the best we're gonna get. Yeah.
Yeah. So it reminds me, but and I mentioned this last week, in a good way, of The Flash from the 90s, the TV series. Like that kind of suit and that colouring. And
yeah,
the
right.
padding,
Yeah.
But we also see him, he's fighting Dr. Savannah.
Yes,
from
right.
Who's played by Mark Strong.
Strong, right.
He's back in the DC universe as another bald, big-headed villain. He's a scientist, man.
He's basically his Lex Luthor.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And he's got a weird eye.
Yes.
And he can probably shoot things as well, like electricity or hammers or something.
No, he's just a guy.
But they're going toe to toe in these photos.
Oh, then I have no idea why. Probably super strength pills.
Hammers, shooting hammers.
Shooting hammers out of his mouth.
Good.
Mouth hammers.
Yeah,
correct.
No, I like this. I mean, who knows? Anything can be good or bad, but I think it got some unjust kicking. And I saw some people go, "Well, this is DC's answer to Black Panther." No,
it's not.
It's just another movie that's filming.
Yeah, right.
Oh, sorry, can we help you, Greg? Busting in on our podcast time?
I'm sorry. I just need a USB to watch 3 billboards.
Oh, there.
Sorry.
What do you mean? But aren't you going to the movies to watch 3 billboards? Because it's not out.
I am going to the movies to watch 3 billboards.
What do you need the USB for?
Yeah, that's weird.
It's plugged in. It's on top. It's sitting on top there.
Where? On here.
Yeah,
That one.
that's it. What's happening here, Mason?
I don't know.
Remember when we used to do a podcast unencumbered?
Sneak in.
I didn't have a family.
You and
But what were you going to do? What were you going to mime 3 billboards to me? You're going to charades it to me. Oh, we should mention while you're here, you've got a podcast this week.
I do.
Just make the thing, you've got Fergal Quigley on as a guest.
Our mate.
Last week, sorry, yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, and he does all sorts of cool stuff other than art. He does guitar making.
He certainly does do guitar making, and he has like a shed in Ireland in his house or near his
In his house, he has a shed.
No, behind his house or somewhere near his house. It's full of guitars that he made.
Yeah. Anyway, it's definitely worth a listen. I'll link it below. People should check it out.
Sorry guys for interrupting. Also, you're both wearing Mr. Clothes.
Yeah,
we did this
are.
already, Claire.
I'm sorry, but you look very handsome.
Everybody has heard this except for you who's listening to this.
So, James, you should warn me before I burst in.
You're right. This is my fault.
Okay, bye, Claire.
Bye.
Oh boy, trouble in paradise.
I tell you
right?
what, Mason.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's meant to last. Can I admit that to you here?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
just us
good.
listening.
No, she's great. Good show too. I give it a listen.
I
very
agree,
quickly, yeah. What else we got here? Mason.
Yes.
It's time to get into some weird comic book shit that probably won't work. You
Okay,
excited?
great. I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay, Vin Diesel has joined the movie Bloodshot as the character
That's
Bloodshot.
Bloodshot. Incredible.
What do you think about that? The answer's bad.
Yeah, for sure. Because Bloodshot, if you're not aware of Bloodshot, he's like an albino man. He's got a big, like a red mark on his head, and he's like the ultimate nanite powered super soldier.
Yes.
And he's like ripped beyond like you could ever believe.
He's like early 2000s Triple X ripped.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
Vin Diesel is an egg in a vest, as we've established many times. He's an egg in a vest.
I mean, he's a fit man for his age.
He's certainly more
obviously.
fit than us.
Definitely.
But he's not.
This.
Yes.
Unless they do, because you're a big fan of the new Bloodshot run or one of the recent runs where he's retired.
Yes, that's true,
And
yeah.
he's older and he comes back and he's collecting his nanites from across America.
Yeah, and he has a family. He's a family man.
Yeah, that I would-
La Familia,
La
man.
Familia.
Okay.
He loves a Corona.
You've turned me around with
Yeah.
my own thoughts.
If they did that,
Yeah.
But I don't think it's good casting. When they were talking Jared Leto, I'm like, that seems more
What?
better.
Are you saying something positive about Jared Leto?
I would never.
Okay.
But I think if you're going to do like traditional original Bloodshot, you'd probably better off going with Jared Leto.
Yeah, I guess
than
so.
Vin Diesel.
But you know what? Now that you've mentioned a couple of those facts,
anything can work.
yeah,
Mason.
kind of like him as retired family man who's coming back.
Did you
But then
like
how
the
do you
one-
make him like the? he's got to be this guy's got to be unbelievably ripped, in my opinion, because
Sure.
his powers are not based on how many crunches he does. It's based on nanites.
Yeah,
Surely
he can do a lot of crunches, but they're based on nanites.
based
also.
on nanites, exactly. Yeah.
No, I like Vin Diesel a lot, and I like Fast and Furious movies, and probably that movie where he hunted witches was also really good. I bet it was. And I love Triple X too, sort of.
Me too. Do you mean 3? Triple X 2 had Ice Cube in it.
I do mean 3. Well, I haven't seen 2, so that's why I call Triple X 3 Triple X 2.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Remember that part in Triple X 3? Where we all think they're done for, and then Triple X2 shows up, and everybody's like, "It's Triple X2! He's got a grenade launcher." Remember that?
I remember
that was
so much
good.
of that movie.
Oh, so good.
Remember when he went and picked up his gross coat?
Yeah.
Just like a dead rat. It was
When
horrible.
he banged 18 women or whatever it was. Oh, very believable.
They should. I hope they make another one.
Me too.
Yeah.
But they won't, because
Surely that didn't do super
and also
well.
the Fast and the Furious movies are what he wanted Triple X to be.
Yes.
Like what they are now is what he wanted Triple X to always be.
Yeah.
Just a team of super spy La Familia.
I think he just wants another franchise that relies solely on him. Because the
Yeah,
Fast
right.
and Furious is more than just Vin Diesel. Like, he's a pivotal part in those movies,
Yeah.
obviously, but I think he wants his own.
Yeah, and if he disappeared for half of the next one,
Yeah.
we wouldn't really miss him that much, I don't think.
No. I mean, we would miss him a little bit.
No.
Okay. Alright, good. Yeah. No, I don't know. What else we got here? Oh, you'll love this.
Okay.
Rob Liefeld's Extreme Universe is coming to Netflix as a Netflix series. You familiar with this universe? I know you love
Sort
defunct
of.
comic book universes.
Yeah.
I should have probably prepped you for this so you could have...
I'm vaguely aware of it.
I thought this might be the case, so I've written down some names of some Extreme Universe
Now,
characters.
this isn't his image characters, so this
No,
isn't
he's got his own label.
Because I'm aware of, when he first broke out, he did Cable and Deadpool or whatever. So here is obviously the lesson. This is the lesson the entertainment industry has learned. Again, they're taking the wrong one. It's like, okay, Deadpool was successful.
But he didn't even...
Why? Because Rob Liefeld created him.
But he didn't even do the stuff about Deadpool people.
No, that was
he did the design.
that
and
was
it's a
Joe
great
Kelly,
design.
yeah.
But it's pretty much just Spider-Man
Yeah, for sure.
with swords.
But yeah, so after that he did, he founded Image with a whole bunch of people.
Yep.
Quills Potatio, as an example.
Jimothy Lee.
Thank you. And he created Youngblood, which were like the Avengers or the Justice League, but more extreme.
Yeah.
And
This is from...
Bad Rock. Remember Bad Rock?
No, I do
He was
not.
going to be called Bedrock. He was like The Thing, but he was called Bedrock. But then he got sued by Hanna-Barbera. I'm pretty sure
Right.
because of Bedrock.
Because of Bedrock.
So he's
But
Bad
Bedrock
Rock.
is also...
A concept.
Yeah,
yes.
it's like saying sky. It's like...
Yeah.
It's a thing that
That's
already
true.
exists.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Anyway, tell me about the Rob Liefeld.
This is under his
Extreme
own
Universe.
label, which at one point was called Awesome Comics.
I remember
But
Awesome
I don't know
Comics.
whether it's still called that. Here's some names. Brigade.
It's probably called bloody in receivership comics.
I've got 6 here and 4 of them start with B. I just realised.
Okay.
Brigade.
I think Brigade was like a generic man with guns, if I had to
Great.
guess.
I'm sure they're all generic men with guns.
Absolutely, and huge pecs.
Battlestone and tiny feet.
Yeah, don't remember Battlestone.
Bloodstrike.
Incredible. Are these just being generated by some sort of 2-syllable, just little app? You just click it and it gives you 2 random syllables from a list.
Potentially.
Sometimes he clicked and the character was called Blood, and he's like, one more.
Can I do that? Yeah.
Bloodstrike. All right.
Blood Wolf.
Oh, what? Nice.
ULF.
Oh yeah, good.
Yeah. Kaboom.
Don't remember Kaboom.
Just spelt as Kaboom. Regex. Or Regex.
Regex.
Yeah.
It
And
might have been Regex. I don't know
could
what that
be.
means though.
Yeah. And Cybrid, which I presume is some kind of... It's cable, probably.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to look up Cybrid.
I reckon Cybrid is I reckon it's a sexy lady, and she's
Oh.
probably got robot bits in her arms and too many pouches.
Okay, here we
and she's
go.
got weird spinal issues. Remember they all had weird spinal issues in the
No,
90s?
it's cable. It's just cable.
it's just cable? That's a
He's
shame.
got 2 robot arms.
Nice.
And long hair.
Any pouches?
Yes.
Nice.
It's kind of like Wolverine's costume with robot arms.
Incredible.
And long hair.
Wow.
And laser turrets.
Nice. That
This
is amazing.
Man, these are not going to translate well to television. Looking at these
Yeah,
characters.
so this is live action?
I guess.
It's really tough. As We've mentioned briefly on the show before, there was it the PlayStation channel or the PlayStation network had Powers?
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Which is, again, a great series that I enjoyed a lot. And they attempted to translate it to TV, and I watched a couple of.
And it was a great series you enjoyed a lot.
So bad. It had the guy from District 9 in it.
Yeah, it's a good get.
Yeah, but it looked bad, and just they were clearly working on zero budget, and I don't want to get into it. I just thought they had like an Iron Man style character in the comic books with like an enormous powered armor suit, and he just became like a guy wearing like welding goggles and a blacksmith's apron.
Yeah, he looked a bit like the old school NFL players looked like.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
From the very brief.
Wearing like a padded, puffy hat. Like
Iron Man.
Like Iron Man. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Iron Man, though, Jon Favreau, director of Iron Man and Iron Man 2, and The Lion King, and Jungle Book, and Cowboys vs. Aliens vs. Robots.
So many good movies.
He's going to write and executive produce a Star Wars or the Star Wars live action TV series.
Hello.
Good, I think.
I think that'll be good.
I like Jon Favreau a lot, but I'm not big on all of his work. I find him very hit and miss, but the stuff that he does hit, I love.
Right.
So this could go any number of ways.
And the stuff you don't like, you don't hate.
No, absolutely not. I should point that out. Yeah. Well, the last TV show he did was the one, and I don't remember. It was set in the future, but it was also 1800s because all the electricity ran away. So everyone's fighting with swords and there's steam trains and shit. And it started off really promisingly, and then it just kind of went nowhere.
I have zero memory of this.
Yeah, it came out started in like 2012.
Okay, right.
I had the dad from Twilight in it.
No idea.
You don't remember the dad from Twilight?
I do not remember the dad from Twilight.
And it looked very Last of Us.
Yeah, okay, sure.
But it might have been just before The Last of Us.
What was it called?
I don't know.
It was a 1800 steampunk future.
It's not really. It's just like the 1800s.
Cool.
Let me check it. TV.
What if it were called just like the 1800s and it was a family sitcom, but some people got murdered in it?
What do we got here? What do we bloody got here, mate? I'll find this thing. I'll find it.
If you could.
Revolution. It was called Revolution.
I remember the name. Okay.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was a Jon Favreau joint.
It's a Jon Favreau joint. So, but it also might have been one of those shows where how much did he do on it?
Yeah,
You know
for sure.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
What even does an executive producer do?
Yep.
If we have any executive producers or even any producers listening to this,
we've got great ideas. So
email in and let us know what you do, because I still don't understand it.
As we've talked about, though, I think it really depends person to person.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So he's also an executive producer on The Orville and Young Sheldon and the Shannara Chronicles, which I actually don't mind.
I have not seen that yet, but it's on my very vague list of things to get to.
It's okay. It's kind of like a lower budget Lord of the Rings TV. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Is that Ursula K. Le Guin?
What is that?
That's the author. She passed away recently.
Okay, no, I do not know.
Okay.
Why don't you look it up, Mason?
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah. Oh, he directed the pilot of Young Sheldon and the pilot of The Orville. I really like Chef.
I like Chef as well,
like
despite the fact that it was it was one long sponsored post for Twitter.
Yes.
If you recall.
Yeah. But no, I thought Chef was great. And he also did Zathura, which is the better Jumanji, but it might not be better than the new Jumanji, which apparently is really fun.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah. There you go. So that's... Oh, anyway, Star Wars TV series. What do you want, What do you want to see him do, Mason? I think everybody's kind of pinned down what they think they're going to make. We're going to get a New Republic TV series.
Yep.
We're probably going to get an Underworld something. We're probably going to get something set between the original trilogy and the new trilogy.
Yeah. Well, what does he work best with? You know what? I guess
actors, movies,
and movies. That's
slates
true.
That you go.
We'll
clack,
see. Well, maybe
and then you say action, and everyone does their
thing.
Does their acting.
What's in the script?
Yeah, that's
probably.
right.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Well, if you could do that, I guess that would be good.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe
stick to what you know.
Speaking of Chef, and he started with Swingers and Maid and stuff like that.
Which again, I love also. Yeah.
Maybe a series that is about like the everyday people in that universe.
Yeah.
Maybe some like low level.
See, I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But then I look at, they've also got a Game of Thrones trilogy, guys. So are they going to do the everyday thing?
Right, okay.
Or are they going to do the Old Republic medieval Star Wars?
I would hope that they would do the Old Republic stuff.
But then what is Rian Johnson doing? Because he's doing his own trilogy as well. So
I
don't know.
Yeah.
So would Favreau be more Underworld?
Yeah, I think Favreau would be maybe like low-end smugglers. Like,
Yeah.
like the dudes who want to be Han Solo.
Like a
maybe.
Firefly kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. That would work for me. That'd
Yeah.
be great. And every week they get into some scrapes.
Scrapes, you
Yeah.
say?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they scrape their knees
Scrape their knees, yeah.
from going on an adventure.
Adventure, yeah.
A hover machine.
Exactly.
Hover bike.
Yes.
It's good. Mm-hmm. Do you know there's a train heist in the new Han Solo movie? And there's also a train heist in the first episode of Firefly.
Have you ever seen a bad train heist?
No. The only one I could think of.
Well, maybe we're in.
I haven't seen
maybe we're
Money
in for a bad
Train.
one, yeah.
I haven't seen Money Train.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Under Siege 2. But I have seen Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Precisely.
And a train explodes in that.
Exactly.
And it's the
A
best.
lot of stuntmen got wood chips in their face.
Blinded.
Yeah. But yeah, look, well, maybe we're headed for the first bad train heist, but I don't think so. I think everybody loves a train
Yeah.
heist. It's like robbing a bank, but the bank is moving.
Yeah.
And you could fall off the bank and die.
Yes. I mean, you could fall off a regular bank.
I guess that's true, yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't make a good show though.
No.
All right.
But I don't think the security guards of the bank would let you get to the top of the bank.
You don't think so?
But they're too busy on the train serving drinks in the restaurant car
That's a good point.
to stop you so you can get on the roof of the bank that is a train.
Have you seen Under Siege 2?
Yes.
Is he just the chef there as well, or is he on a trip with his daughter to meet the president? Or
I
something?
don't know if he's on a trip with his daughter. He's not the train chef. He's just on the train.
What kind of train is it? Is it different than a regular train?
No, it's pretty much just a regular train.
So it's just like a clickety clack.
Yeah, I can't remember where it's. I don't think it's in. It might be in Europe.
But it must have something on it for the terrorists to want to get it.
I think it's just right place, wrong time situation for him.
Yeah, but what do they want?
Can't remember. But he does have like a.
Maybe they want all the wheels.
He does have a Palm Pilot with his recipes on it.
Oh,
and
so
I think maybe
good.
he uses it to hack into something. Remember when people had Palm Pilots?
Yeah, I remember that one guy from my dad's
Yeah.
work who had a Palm
I
Pilot.
remember that, yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige has talked about Avengers Infinity War. We should be getting a new trailer very soon.
Very good.
And he said this about something.
Okay.
He said fans should be careful what they wish for when it comes to Infinity War deaths.
What does that mean?
That everybody's people.
Because he's
you
like,
love-
because you're next, fans of the series. Yeah. Here's what we're gonna do. There's one seat in every cinema that gets it's the death seat. And if you're in it, you're dead. It's different every time.
That's good to me. I want the seat, not the death seat. That's bad.
That seems bad.
That's
yeah.
bad. But no, I like the idea of real stakes and people dying. I mean, I think at least one or more people is going to be brought back from the dead in the
Yep.
sequel. But no, I like the idea of just wiping out a whole bunch of Avengers. They also talked about what they're in Wakanda for, and I don't want to spoil it. I mean, it's out there in the open, but it's not the thing that we maybe thought it was necessarily.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Oh.
Okay, how about I'll say spoilers and I'll say it and I'll put a time code in. It's not a
Okay.
massive spoiler
All right.
because I want to talk about this because basically the Vision goes there because he's got an Infinity Stone
Yes.
and they're trying to protect him, and it's a good line of defense is having the Wakandan army.
Yeah, right.
But if you're the Vision,
because they've got shield blankets.
exactly, they've got shield blankets.
They've got shield blankets. They've got rhinos.
Yep.
What's Thanos going to do against a rhino?
Punch it,
Yeah.
throw a big moon at it.
Throw a moon at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if I was Vision,
Mm-hmm.
just phase into the center of the earth and stay there.
Yeah, right.
Don't you think that's
I guess.
yeah?
But
Who's going to get him? Krang? I don't think so.
Mole Man?
No, that's possible, I guess.
Could be Mole Man.
Could be Mole
But
Man.
also, then you run the very real risk of that Thanos just cracks the Earth in half to get. I mean, if he's got one Infinity Stone, he can crack the Earth in half
That's
if he
probably
wants.
true, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Phase into the moon, then.
Yeah. Phase into Thanos.
Phase into Thanos.
What's he going to do?
Yeah, he can't crack himself in half.
That's true.
Ollie, just relax. Do you
Want
want
to
to
go out? Jinx.
Ah,
Now
no.
you can't. Now James can't talk for the rest of the episode. Unless he promises to buy me a Diet Coke.
What do you want a Diet Coke for?
Oh.
Okay, I'll get you a Diet Coke.
Yes. Alright, he's back in.
Son of a
There's nothing out there. It's a wasteland. Okay, bye, dog.
This is the only room in my house with walls. Yeah. Everything else is just a big open shed.
Dog never wants to leave.
No,
Do you
I
think
know.
it's because we spoiled Infinity War for it?
Potentially, yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, no more spoilers for that.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, Mason, I know you love Ready Player One, probably. And we talked about the posters earlier this week.
Oh, did we? Oh, personally, yes, we did. Yeah.
Look,
man to man.
Man to
talked
man,
about.
we did. I feel like I crap on this too much for this book that I haven't read, for a movie I haven't seen. But that's the whole thing. I hate it all. I hate all of it.
Some of these posters are so bad that I thought maybe some like fan ones had slipped in.
Yeah, right.
Because that, for anybody who doesn't know, the Ready Player One marketing team have remade a whole bunch of iconic or like genre movie posters with the Ready Player One characters inserted into them.
Yes.
And some of them are original, like they've completely, like they've drawn original posters based on the originals.
Yeah.
And some of them are woeful photoshops.
Yeah.
And I don't know why particularly. Maybe it's because the production company owns some of these properties.
The one that you mentioned to me.
The Matrix one.
The Matrix one is atrocious.
It's just... They've gotten the real Matrix poster and just photoshopped the main character's head onto Neo's.
Yeah.
And they've just... And photoshopped the love interest's head onto Trinity. And they've just poorly, like, screened a Space Invaders logo onto a pleather top. It's so bad.
And you know what the problem is? Because I don't even think they don't all look bad.
No, that's true. I think the bullet one looks good.
Yeah. But that
avatar, hurts my feelings.
Yes. But also the avatar of that main character is not appealing in any way.
He's like
a generic anime.
He's like home brand.
CGI.
He's like home brand Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. No good.
Look,
maybe I think it's going to look better in motion.
And
as I've said,
it could surprise me.
Yeah, as I've said, I think this is going to be the fact that they have to show everything visually in a movie as opposed to just listing a lot of references, I think is going to work in the movie's favor when it doesn't in the book.
Yeah,
because you will just see a big panning shot of all the characters and not somebody going, so then I saw the Iron Giant, and then I saw the character from Overwatch, and then I saw blah blah blah. Like it, we'll just see it and it'll.
I should read the book.
Yeah,
but I probably won't. I don't think it's for me.
I think
because I've heard people love it. Like I know some people who listen to this have read it and loved it. So I shouldn't be so quick to judge, Mason, and neither should you.
I have.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
you've read it.
No, I haven't read it.
Okay, yeah. No. It's also on track for a 35 million US opening.
That seems fine.
That's bad.
Oh, sorry.
For the budget. It's not
Sorry,
good.
I just imagined somebody handing me a big sack with a $$ sign on it and inside was $35 million and I felt quite good.
What you're forgetting is it was cost a lot more than that to make.
Oh, yeah, that's actually true.
I'm
now that I think about
budget here. Hang on, let me bring this up.
I reckon it's not going to be as expensive as I think, but it's still going to be way too much.
I'm going to say 150.
I'm going to say 175.
I'm going to say 155.
Okay, cool.
Are we changing? Are we going to meet in the middle?
No, I'm going to say 175. We don't have to have a matching answer.
Okay, what do we got here? Come on. I can't find the budget for this thing.
They probably don't want to release it.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Maybe it's one of those ones where the budget blew out massively and it's like $300 million.
It's also, it reminds me of like those bad Robert Zemeckis films.
Polar
Not even
Express?
bad, like Beowulf, and he did. And I know people love Polar Express, but that's a nightmare to me.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember hating Beowulf, but
yeah. But again, I also think that some of this movie, if I had to guess, they're really throwing it down the Hunger Games, Divergent, Maze Runner route, where it's mostly just going to be real people,
right,
in real life,
and occasionally your Master Chief and you.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think it's just going to be a lot of we've got to resist the thing.
This is from Cinema Blend. Ready Player One has an estimated budget of somewhere in the neighborhood of $200 million.
Okay, right.
That may mean that this is more in a CGI world that we initially think. Well, look who's back! Look who came crawling back!
Oh, the dog.
The dog.
Hi, the dog. Hi.
I'll get it this time.
Okay.
I guess we take it in turns.
Yeah, okay, sure. Mm-hmm. All right.
You all right? Here you go.
Come up here, dog. Come here, buddy. There we go. Take a seat.
What you were looking for? Happiness? I bet you didn't.
No, I think she did.
Okay, good. What fun, though, Mason.
I think so.
Oh, this is exciting news.
Is it?
Michael Bay's new project appears to be lined up. Mm-hmm. Spielberg was going to do Robopocalypse based on the 2011 book of the same name, but his version was going to start in 2013. It had Anne Hathaway, Chris Hemsworth, and Ben Whishaw.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We don't know how much of that is moving over, but now Michael Bay is directing and Spielberg will be producing. What do you think about that?
I hate it. I hate the idea of it. I don't want to see Michael Bay associated with robots in any way anymore.
Yep, good.
Or anything, really.
Are you familiar with this property?
No, not at
Good,
all.
because I wrote down the synopsis.
Yes,
here we go. Stop me at any point if you think this sounds exactly like any movie that you've ever seen.
Okay, right.
Not far into our future.
Stop. All right, carry on.
The dazzling technology that runs our world turns against us.
Stop. Carry on.
Controlled by a childlike yet massively powerful artificial intelligence known as Archos or Arcos, the global network of machines on which our world has grown dependent suddenly becomes a deadly foe. At 0 hour, the moment the robots attack the human race and it's almost annihilated, but as its scattered remnants regroup, humanity for the first time unites in a determined effort to fight back. This is the oral history of that conflict, told by an international cast of survivors who experienced this long and bloody confrontation with the machines.
Now, of all that, the standout part to me is it's a long conflict.
Yes.
Because it's a Michael Bay film that the last word I want to see associated with anything Michael Bay is long.
Right.
Because we have seen some long-ass movies from Michael Bay.
Days.
Involving robots, and they just go on forever, and I hate them, and I hate this.
Yes. Anyway, that sounds like Terminator.
Yeah, it really does. And The Matrix.
And The Matrix, yeah.
Yeah, great.
So, I don't...
But they've given us this little wrinkle that it's an oral history.
Yeah.
It's going to be a man sitting by a fire, and he's going to be like, now remember when to be clear,
Robopocalypse happened.
just to be clear, this happened in the past, so we're all probably fine now.
Yeah. The book has some good reviews, so
Okay.
I'm sure it's probably fine, but this will not be fine. This will be bad.
Yep.
In
Agreed.
other Terminator news, though, Mackenzie Davis has apparently been cast in the lead of one of the leads in the new Terminator film, Terminator 6, directed by the guy who did the first Deadpool.
Yeah, cool.
She
Okay.
is from, you definitely know her. She's from Black Mirror. She's from San Junipero.
Oh, yep. Okay, right.
The redhead one.
Redhead one, right.
Yeah. I think that's good. Or is she blonde? I don't know.
I'm going to say redhead.
Okay, cool.
I can't see in color.
No.
Yeah. I love that episode with the robot dog.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, now you're all on my level.
She will reportedly play a soldier assassin on a mission who in some way sets up the action. And also, I'd forgotten this, but Schwarzenegger is back. That I didn't forget, but Linda Hamilton's in this also.
Great.
So there's a few things in this which makes me go, this I feel like this could be something.
Yeah, right. Okay. Uh-huh.
I mean, it's probably going to be better than Robopocalypse.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Robopocalypse.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay,
I like
right.
the sound of that. Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, statistically speaking, most of the Terminator movies are terrible.
Let's go through them.
One's good.
One's good.
Two's good.
Three's
Bad.
not good, but I like it.
I don't like it.
Oh, really?
I don't like it because it's too silly.
I like the end when everybody dies.
I didn't like that.
That's sad.
I didn't even like that. I didn't even... Yeah, look, let's not get into it.
What about the bit where he told the guy to talk to his hand?
Bad.
What about the bit where...
Bad.
There's a good joke in it. There actually is a good joke in it.
Yes.
Where they're having a joke in the car and the Terminator's like, levity is good. It eases the tension of fear of death or whatever.
Oh, okay, right.
There's a good joke in it.
Okay, great.
There's also some real dumb shit in this movie because John Connor's like, don't you even remember me? It's like, no, he doesn't remember you because he's a different Terminator, you moron.
Yeah, right.
You saw what happened in the first one. Why would he be the same Terminator?
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway, 4's my least favourite because
Yep.
I thought it was going to be really good and it was really bad. And it also, again, contradicts everything prior.
Yep.
They're fighting during the daytime. John Connor must have told everybody he was the Messiah because that's the rumour that's going around.
Exactly. No one else would have said that.
Yeah, he jumps into a submarine.
Yeah. And 5 is monumentally stupid, but I enjoyed it.
Yes.
Sort of. I mean, it's bad.
Actually, I was watching a bit of that recently, as in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
It's totally fine. Like, it's not good.
Yeah, right.
They shouldn't have spoiled that twist because I think I would have
No,
enjoyed
exactly,
that movie.
yeah.
But they all spoil the twists. All the
Yeah.
trailers spoil all the twists
Exactly,
for all
yeah,
the Terminator
yeah,
films. It's tradition. This is maybe good news, Mason. Denis Villeneuve will make at least 2 Dune movies.
Oh. Dune. Wait.
Dune 2.
Yes. Okay.
Double Dune.
Double Dune. I was going to say Dune Duopoly, but that doesn't make any sense.
It makes a
duo
I get
of
what you mean.
dunes.
A duo
Yeah.
of dunes.
Yeah. Mhm.
I don't care about this property. Or haven't
Terrific.
seen the movie, or read any of the books, or played the games from the 90s.
Dune 2, Building of a Dynasty. Good
That's
game.
it. I've heard. But I'll definitely see this if he's making it.
Yes, it's the same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's a good thing that this kind of went into motion before Blade Runner kind of came out, I guess.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But that being said, they wouldn't take movies away from that guy because Blade Runner didn't do well. Because that's got nothing to do with him. Like, that movie is amazing.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
did everything right.
That movie reaches a level of quality where its failure is sort of mystifying. I mean, we know why it did fail.
Yeah.
Because it's boring.
No, it's not.
No, it's yeah. Look, it. I don't know.
I can see why it failed.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm not happy about it. Because
yeah.
maybe, do you think there was something in that of people didn't go because they're like, I sort of remember the first one, but it was kind of sad.
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
But
Again,
you don't even need to see the first one.
Look, again, my theory is that a lot of people who'd never seen the first Blade Runner were like, "Oh, this is a Blade Runner sequel. I should go and watch the original Blade Runner." And then they watched some of it and went, well, this is slow.
Yes.
And if the sequel is anything like this, I'm not going to enjoy it, so I won't see it.
This isn't as good as the new Ghost in the Shell movie.
Exactly,
they
yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Just a different time.
Yeah. Anyway, Blade Runner 2 still exists, so sucked in studio.
Yeah,
because you
that's
still
right.
made it.
That's right.
Yeah.
We got what we wanted.
That's right.
A movie that didn't do well, and there'll never be another sequel.
Maybe they'll give it another crack in 30 years when Harrison Ford is 104.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
A few more things.
I'm ready.
Got a couple of new Disney trailers.
We sure did.
We got to talk about these, I guess. Christopher Robin has a trailer.
That's true.
It's a movie where a man goes mad and he imagines a teddy bear.
Is this Hook again all over again?
I don't know. Do you think it's going to be one of those things where maybe it's real, or do you think the whole thing's in his mind?
No.
Okay, so do you know the Winnie?
Surely it is real.
Well, the original story is Winnie the Pooh. From
Yes.
the very little I know about it, is that it's Christopher Robin's imaginary world.
Okay, sure, right.
Yeah. I mean, the TV show, the cartoon seemed like it was a real fleshed out world and whatever. But
right.
It was him playing with these toys in the woods or whatever.
Okay.
Pretending they were real.
Right.
And then
this is a man going mad.
This is a man going mad, yes. And then what really surprised me about this, he looks like a grubby little bear. Like he
did, didn't he? He didn't look. We think of Winnie the Pooh as like occasionally, sure, he's matted down with honey.
Yeah, right.
But this guy looks like he's matted down with just sleeping in a mud puddle all
That's
night.
right, yeah. Because he is a toy, I guess.
Yeah.
But it reminds me a bit of like that Ted kind of CGI, or more kind of Paddington, I guess. Oh, less Paddington's a real bear. Have you seen Paddington?
No, yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
It's a bloody delight. This reminds me a lot of that. I think this will do really well.
Yeah, okay.
Ewan
McGregor.
I was
bit of a
thinking
charmer.
about it. No,
It's got something for everybody.
That's right.
It's got Ewan McGregor. It's got
Winnie the
Peggy
Pooh.
Carter.
Yeah, it does have Peggy Carter.
Haley Atwell. There we go.
Yeah. Because I was thinking...
It's got some kids. Who are the kids? Who knows?
Whatever. It's got a bank closing down or firing a bunch of people, which is very Mary Poppins, which we'll talk about. But... I was thinking, like, do I hate Winnie the Pooh? I'm like, no, I don't. Like,
Are we in a
it's a bit of a bloody delight.
Are we in a cycle of they're just we're getting a new version of classic literary children's characters? We have Peter Rabbit.
Yeah, well, they were doing gritty reboots, and then everyone went, don't.
Yeah, right.
And now they're just doing
Charming
charming reboots, which I really like. And it started with Cinderella, which I maintain is great.
But what if Winnie the Pooh has a gun? Wouldn't that be exciting?
Like it's stuck to his back with honey?
Yes.
Yeah,
Die Hard. No, Die Hard style.
Yeah, that's what I was...
Yeah.
But he can't reach it.
Oh, yeah, because he's got weird little arms, yeah.
Yeah, and no thumbs.
So that's what he needs, because he's fighting terrorism.
Yeah.
But he needs Christopher Robin to get the gun that's been honeyed to his back. He needs some help.
Sure, yeah. The only thing I remember...
And that's a good lesson for the kids. You can't do everything on your own.
You need a
friend.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to work together.
If you're a man going mad, you need...
Because Christopher Robin, he can reach the gun, but he's not going to use the gun because he's a coward. But Pooh can't reach the gun, but he's entirely willing to use the gun because he's a maniac.
But this is a Tyler Durden situation where the only one firing the gun is
Christopher Robin. Yeah.
The only thing I remember, because I didn't read any of the books,
Yep.
which is also what this design is clearly based off more than the cartoon, but I watched a little bit of the cartoon as a kid. I hate that fucking donkey. Just a sad sack, just like everything's
Was
bad.
the donkey in the trailer? I didn't see it.
No, but he's just, his tail's pinned on by a tack, and I'm like, that's bad. Like, that's no good, is it? Like, he's got that stuck in him, and he's just like, how you going? He's like, everything sucks. I'm like, why? You don't do anything. You've got friends and you live in the woods. That sounds pretty good.
That's not bad, yeah.
Buck up.
Yeah. Who was doing the voice of Winnie the Pooh in this?
Jim Cummings. He's always done it.
Has he? Okay, there you go.
He's a very famous voice actor. You'd know him from literally everything.
Winnie the Pooh?
You'd definitely know him from that. Did you watch it as a kid?
I must have.
You must have, Mason. Mm-hmm. And there's been apparently some good Winnie the Pooh movies, but that just didn't do well. There's one a few years ago, which is apparently really good, like an animated one.
There was the one where he teamed up with Samuel L. Jackson. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
And then Simon Says had to run him around the city the whole time. You remember that one?
That was really good, yeah.
Yeah, there was the one where he went to Russia.
That wasn't as good though, was it?
No, it's true. Yeah. Yeah. It's the one where he teamed up with Justin Long.
Oh, that was my favorite.
Justin Long was a hacker.
Yeah, you think it'd be worse than what it was, and it would end up being fine.
Yeah, but I'm never going to watch it again.
No, it didn't hit the heyday of
yeah.
Winnie the Pooh films.
And he and Kevin Smith compared guts. Do you remember that?
They did.
Yeah.
What a world. Mm-hmm. We also got a trailer for Mary Poppins Returns.
Yep, that's right.
I hated Mary Poppins as a kid. And then I saw the musical a few years back in Melbourne.
Here we go.
And I bloody loved it.
Wow.
It was a delight.
Yeah. Now, this is Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yes.
Is the man in this
Dick
movie?
Van Dyke. The man.
The man, I don't
He's
know.
the man.
He's the man.
Okay, do you remember the original?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you like it?
He's a chimney sweep, right?
I reckon I would like it now. But
Where does Mary Poppins get her powers from?
the devil.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, okay.
Well, so this is set 30 years after the original.
So this is a sequel.
This is a sequel.
Yep.
The reason that they wanted to do Mary Poppins sequels, but the woman who created it hated the version that they made. There's a movie on it with Tom Hanks as Walt Disney. I mean, they fudged that because they were like, she really loved it, but she fucking hated it. She did not like it, and she vetoed any future sequels. Even though that movie is...
Sounds like a lesson that Disney has probably learned well about and is never going to offer the creators that amount of power ever again.
I'd say almost certainly.
Yeah.
But, what was I going to say? So, no, it did really well. It's obviously a cult classic. It's a classic, and Julie Andrews is world-renowned for it, and Dick Van Dyke's in it. And Lin-Manuel Miranda's character is the apprentice of Dick Van Dyke.
Okay.
So it's 30 years after.
Yep.
Mary Poppins Returns.
Dick Van Dyke is well dead.
No, he's alive.
Oh, the actor's alive.
Yeah, and no, I think he's in the movie. Oh, wow. I'm fairly certain he is. And Mary Poppins doesn't age because she
powers of the devil.
Yeah. So, and then the kids are having some kind of personal crisis, and she sings a song and takes them into a cartoon world. Or whatever
Devil
happens.
realm.
Devil realm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what has she been doing for 30 years? Who knows? Hibernating. She's like the Babadook.
Yeah, probably hibernating. She probably killed enough kids.
Yeah.
And ate enough kids 30 years ago.
Yeah.
That she just slumbers. She's probably got one of those wells of kids.
Yeah,
like
she's
in
like
It.
the Jeepers Creepers monster.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a better example. But are you going to see this?
Sure.
I think I'll say it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. My wife's a big fan, Claire, who's in the podcast earlier.
Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, she's
good.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll say it.
Yeah, cool.
Who was playing Mary Poppins? I didn't recognize
Emily
her.
Blunt.
There you go.
Which is good casting, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if Julie Andrews will actually make an appearance.
She's still alive.
She's still alive. She doesn't sing anymore. She's damaged her vocal cords.
Oh.
She can't sing.
Too much boozing?
I don't think she's like that.
Okay.
I think she's pretty. She's on the up and up, mate.
All right. Okay.
You're a Julie Andrews fan? You like Sound of Music?
No.
The goat play. Remember they did the goat puppet show?
No.
Yeah, remember the goat puppet show?
I don't think I've seen The Sound of Music.
It's about Nazis.
Oh, then I'm in.
Nazis in it.
Great.
I got a funny story about The Sound of Music.
I thought you were going to say you had a funny story about Nazis.
Oh, I've got so many of those.
Yeah.
But no, I did a Sound of Music bike tour in actually 10 years ago.
To this very day?
To the very day in Austria. And when they were the person who was doing it was explaining where they took around to where this is where they filmed this, and I'm like, I don't really remember this movie that well to know what this is. But there's a bit where she goes through the square in this town where they filmed it, and there's a whole lot of Nazi flags up. And they were like, can we put Nazi flags up to film this movie? And the people were like, no, because that's bad, obviously, because we don't want to remember that side of the past.
Sure, yeah.
And they went, well, we can either put them up or we can just show the footage from that era where there were Nazi flags in this exact spot. And they went, okay, you can put them up.
Wow.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It was a troubled time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good bit of American hardball there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay, we've got some news on a Deadpool 2 test screening that took place. And one of the responses that we've seen publicly is that it's not very good, apparently. Bearing in mind that it's just a test screening and they'll probably do some tweaks.
And bearing in mind, and not to take away from anybody who goes to a test screening or an early screening, because we sometimes go to an early screening.
Sometimes.
people don't know anything.
Yes, that's also.
We've seen the worst movies ever produced get standing ovations.
Yes.
We've heard about great stuff that people have walked out of. Like,
Yep.
people don't know.
People don't know. This person said that someone posted this on Twitter and they hadn't seen it, but they spoke to somebody who did. So take this
Great.
with as many grains of salt as you can fit in your mouth.
Heaps.
That's half
Not
an
to
hour.
brag, but heaps.
That's half an hour longer than the first. There's no plot for a large chunk of it. Vanessa's wasted, and the credits scene is the best part. Also, 20th Century Fox threatened to sue the guy who posted this on Twitter, despite him not attending the film and not signing an NDA
Yeah,
and
right.
having nothing to do with it. But he ended up taking down his tweets. But speaking of, we did actually get an email from somebody who seems like they did attend the test screening, or says that they did, with the list of spoilers, which I haven't read because I don't want to know.
I have also not read it.
And also, I don't want to read that out for fear of spoiling it, and also because I don't want to get sued.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for that person for sending it through. But yeah, if you are that person and you are listening, be very careful with what, what you do with that, because Fox they'll take down anything.
Yeah,
they'll destroy anybody.
For sure.
You should be afraid. No, what do you think about any of that though?
I'm still going in with an open mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Last one was fun.
Yeah, I agree, and it's still a few months out or whatever. So
Yeah, for sure.
Who bloody knows? And we got one more bit of news, Mason.
I'm ready.
The X-Men Dark Phoenix set photo. Did you see it?
I didn't watch those. Have
to look at one photo, Mason.
Okay, I'm ready.
You don't need to. Don't need to worry about a thing.
Okay, cool.
Just look it up.
Dark Phoenix set photo.
Yes. Set photo.
Reveals new costumes. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
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 You talking to me?
Rocking some costumes from a fan favourite era. Okay, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Storm Beast, Quicksilver, and Nightcrawler all in matching suits.
Yep.
Okay, based on the new X-Men run. Okay,
Yeah.
I see him. I like that Cyclops costume.
Yeah, right.
With a big old yellow X on it. That's very nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly a step in the right direction.
Yes, it is.
For this franchise that's going to be cancelled in a year and then rebooted at
Yeah.
Marvel. Yeah. No, this is all better, isn't it?
I like it. Okay.
It's way better than whatever Bryan Singer kept pushing.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, I've got zero interest in the movie itself, but looks
I
like
know.
fun.
Yeah, it's a shame. But so this looks like some kind of, they're going to space or something. Is there astronauts there or something?
Yeah, well, this is the
some
this
kind
is
of
the one where they
hazmat?
encounter the Shi'ar, right?
Yeah, right, or something
or
like
I
that.
hope so, at least.
So that's all.
They all seem to be having a good time.
Do they? Do you get that sense?
It seems to me that Jean and Scott seem to be having a bit of a laugh on set. That seems like fun. I imagine the guy playing Beast is very uncomfortable in the makeup.
As is the
Everybody
Nightcrawler.
else, fine.
I really like that comic run as well.
Yeah.
Is that the one
Storm's
with
got the
Zorn?
mohawk, which is nice.
Is that the comic run with Zorn?
Yes, it is.
That's a great comic run. What's
yep.
that? When does it start? I can't remember. Is it just, where would you start? Is it just called the New?
It's just called New X-Men.
New X-Men.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's very good.
Everyone should read that. I think you got me onto that.
It's
Because you're the only nerd I know,
Oh,
Mason.
but come on, mate.
Nah,
All
you're
right.
all right.
Thanks.
No, you're all right.
Thanks.
All right, before we get on to the thing we're talking about, got another sponsor to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Mason, ShipStation is good for a number of reasons.
Tell me one of the reasons.
If you're selling online and you want to get your orders out the door quickly,
I don't, but I would.
that can be tough if you did, which you don't.
I don't, but I could.
Yeah, that's right.
And that would be hard, but this would make it easier.
That's right. That's why you need ShipStation.com.
I currently don't need it, but if I did,
If you did.
I would.
It's the fast and easy way to manage and dispatch your orders all from the one place.
I would have no way of knowing, but I could.
You could. Do you sell online?
No,
eBay,
no,
Amazon,
No.
Magento.
no.
Then you need ShipStation. No, if you did, then you need
I
ShipStation.
would need it, but I
Yeah.
don't, but I would.
It's the fast and easy way to manage and dispatch your orders all from the one place.
I'll take your word for it.
This is more directed to people listening than
Oh,
you.
I'm listening.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Wow, a bit passive aggressive, mate. This is for people who are listening, which you obviously aren't. I am.
You have been responding. You can use ShipStation to compare rates from top couriers, including Royal Mail, FedEx, DHL, and UPS. And whether you have 1 or 100 orders,
I have
hundreds
zero
of
orders.
Yeah, ShipStation make it easy to batch and print labels so you can get orders out quickly and keep your customers happy.
Don't have any customers, but if I did, I'd like them to be happy.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't want unhappy customers.
Do you want some kind of convoluted service where you're doing all the hard legwork yourself, Mason?
No,
licking
yuck.
stamps.
Yucko. That's why I don't sell anything. But if I did,
You would.
I would.
With this.
Yeah.
No wonder ShipStation is the popular choice of online sellers across the UK. Here we go. Call to action, verbatim. Now. That's a very aggressive way to start, isn't it? Now, you can try ShipStation free for 30 days, plus get a special bonus when you use the promotion code PLANET to get this special promotion. Just visit ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in PLANET. That's ShipStation.com and enter promotion code PLANET. ShipStation.com, make ship happen. And no, Mason, I did not misspeak again. That's how it's supposed to... It's a
with a P.
play on words.
Yeah,
Yes.
nice. I like it.
So yeah, if you're selling anything, it's just an easy way to do it. It's basically that's the crux of what they're getting
And
at.
the crux of what I'm getting at is I don't. But if I did, this sounds
I
like a great
understand.
idea. Okay, good. God.
Okay, got a few things to talk about this week.
Yep.
One of them being some of Jessica Jones.
Yes.
And then another thing because maybe you have a bunch to say, but I certainly don't.
I have some things to say. Okay, let's get it out of the way. How many episodes are you into Jessica
I got
Jones
into
season
1.5 and I went, I really like this character,
Mm-hmm.
but this is not engaging at all. So I turned
Interesting.
it off.
Okay.
No, I'm kind of at the point where I'm very burnt on the Netflix Marvel
right.
stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I'm also like,
Are you?
I don't want to sink time into something I only sort of like.
Okay, but are you gonna? Would you say you'd be more engaged with this? Are you committing to watching all of this? Do you think?
No,
Really?
I'm out.
But isn't Jessica Jones one of your faves?
Yep.
But you're not gonna. Wow.
Well, I just heard, from what I can tell, and I guess this is a slight spoiler if this is true, there's no real villain or kind of...
I'm 6 episodes in.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's look. You want to do spoilers for this from what we've based
Yeah,
on what
sure.
little we've watched of this?
Yeah.
So I'm not quite halfway through.
Yeah.
Thus far,
Yes.
the villain is a sort of generic middle-aged lady who is stronger
Like
than Jessica
Sigourney
Jones.
Weaver from The Defenders?
Sigourney Weaver, but I've never seen this actor before. Wow. Yeah.
Maybe it's Sigourney Weaver's sister.
Maybe.
Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah. That sounds not very interesting.
Well,
I know there's a meat monster or something.
I think she is the meat monster.
Okay.
Or she's covering up for the meat monster.
Yeah. We've all
Yeah.
covered up for a meat monster.
Yeah, that's true.
At some point.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds not very good.
Look,
I've heard
okay.
it gets better. I heard it's really good second half. A lot of people
Oh,
have
that's a shame that
mentioned-
neither of us got into the second half.
Boy, is it.
I was expecting at this point we would have had either a Kilgrave appearance or a Luke Cage appearance.
Because he's been on set and shit.
Yeah.
But he's not.
It's weird that they haven't. See, the last season of Jessica Jones was a great sort of mediation on, like
Mental health and
abuse
Yeah.
and trauma and PTSD. Haven't had a lot of that in this.
It's such a good series.
Yeah, for sure.
And this was very mediocre.
What's interesting is that...
And I guess it also shows how much of a great villain Kilgrave was.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And maybe we're getting into the back end, but thus far, Jessica Jones doesn't seem to have learned anything from the experiences of last season.
Or The Defenders.
She was a dick at the start of the first season.
Yeah.
She was a dick at the end. She's a dick now.
Yeah, right.
She hasn't... Yeah, I don't know.
And that's fine.
She's growing slightly.
But
And the award for the best turnaround, of course, is Malcolm.
looks great.
Looks incredible.
Has he been working out?
Yes.
I think he has.
I mean, he'd always been working out. I
But
think.
he was-
Australia's own Eka Darville.
Is he really?
He's Australian.
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure he's
and
Australian.
Trish is also Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's either Australian or Hawaiian.
Wow.
Or
somewhere in between.
The Australia of America, Hawaii.
Yeah. So he's like the new Nicole Kidman. She's either Australian or Hawaiian.
Correct. Yes.
She was born in Hawaii. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
true. Till Tom Cruise got her.
Yeah. I'm gonna look up Eka Darville right now.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, he's really cleaned up his act.
Yeah.
He's Australian.
There you go. Well, I mean, I guess because he was playing a junkie in the first one, maybe they'll like get skinny and look haggard.
I mean, I think he was always in very good shape.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But no, he's. That's the thing though. I think it's really well
Born in
cast.
Cairns.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's really well cast, and everybody's good in it. And I even like the new characters. It's just so meandering.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm working my way through The Office on Stan,
okay.
the American Office, which is quite good generally all the way through. And I'm like, I don't want to watch this. I want to watch a rerun of this show that I finished watching 5 years ago.
Right,
whatever.
okay. No, in the episode, did you find your attention wandering?
Yes.
Is that what's happening? Okay, right.
Quite a lot. I think it's definitely one of those ones with a lot of these Netflix series where just put it on and do literally anything else.
Well, let me tell you, all the greats are back. Malcolm.
Yep.
Our other Australian friend. What's her name
Trisha.
again? Yes, Trish Walker is back.
Who's good.
Yeah.
Her mum, who's also good.
Mum's in, yep,
Nuke.
Nuke is in
I
this.
like a lot.
Jerry Hogarth, played by Carrie
Like
Ann
her
Moss.
as well.
Foggy is back.
Oh, yeah.
Doing some acting, let me tell you.
Does he come back much? Because I saw him pop up for a little bit at the start.
That's all I've seen him in also.
Okay, yeah.
We do get the appearance. So I think they in this one they've decided to add some more Marvel-y elements to this. So she is investigating IGH, which is the...
IG-88.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
IGH, which is the...
Gave her the powers.
The lab that gave her her powers when she was admitted to hospital.
Yeah.
And we're seeing some other... we're seeing some appearances of other people who were subject to those experiences. So we do get a cat... Look, I have mixed feelings about this, but we got an appearance of the Wizard.
That I enjoyed thoroughly.
One of my all-time favorite D-list heroes who's been around for years.
You love a speedrun effect.
This was one of the worst. That's
The worst, right?
All right. So, and what I liked about this, they gave him his yellow color scheme.
Yep.
The name and stuff is kind of a joke.
Yep.
He has a pet mongoose, which is a nod to the original Wizard. Gained his powers by a transfusion of mongoose blood.
Nice.
That's why he's got the pet mongoose. But man, and the idea in this is, she thinks he's just a crazy man, but we see eventually that he does have actual super speed powers.
He has the speed of a mongoose.
And
he's not that fast either.
it's either there was a budgeting issue, or I think more likely it is they went, this is a more gritty show. So we're not going to have him like the Flash, where he's surrounded by lightning and Quicksilver, and there's going to be Speed Force tunnels or whatever. We're just going to have him be a fast character. That was a terrible mistake.
He's too slow.
This is a profoundly bad super speed effect,
and he's too slow because you can see him run. At least with like Quicksilver, the Avengers one, he zips fast enough so you don't see him. But you can see him. He's not a good runner either.
That's true. Well, he wouldn't be.
Is it supposed to be funny? Because it is.
Yeah, it is funny.
Yeah.
I don't know, because initially when you see his first super speed bit where he zips around the office, that actually quite worked. And I thought it was going to be he'd zip around the office and then he'd disappear.
Yeah.
And then we'd go, okay, well, I guess he's just a guy who's too quick for the eye.
But
then you see him running down the street. It was
no good.
Very bad, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This Netflix stuff, get it together.
Right.
Like, what are you doing? It should be so much better than it is. Such promise.
Yeah.
Such waste. You going to finish it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. Look, and I'm actually running through The Punisher as well.
Oh, yeah.
Which, again, having given myself some time to watch it, it is a very good series.
Yes.
But it's barely Marvel.
Yeah, right.
It could be about any couple of dudes.
Man.
It could be about any couple of dudes who want revenge.
I was out in Brunswick on Friday night. I saw a band because I'm cool. I'm a cool man, and I ran into a listener of the show, Felix.
Oh yeah,
and he's like, "You got to bloody finish." Very nice guy, by the way. Hates you, but that's unrelated.
Oh, sorry, what?
No, but he was really nice, and he's like, "You got to finish up The Punisher," and I really should. Do you think The Punisher is better than Jessica Jones?
Thus far, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But again, barely Marvel at all.
Right.
I mean, he's not even wearing the skull. Put the skull back on.
Well, he wore in the other one, didn't he?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I don't know what they're doing.
Look, I appreciate that not the entire Marvel universe isn't Captain America and blue light shooting into the sky and whatever.
Yes.
There can be some grander stuff. Give me some comic book reference. Give me some stuff here. Give me
some stuff.
I just want some stuff, all right?
Well, Mason, that's the perfect segue into a thing that I want to talk about instead of this.
All right, I'm ready.
You're ready to go.
Okay, all right. That's all my thoughts about Jessica
Okay,
Jones.
good. Well, we can come back next week if you watch some more and you want to chew my ear off.
We're getting a Luke Cage cameo, right? Or some appearances?
I do not know.
I hope so.
They shouldn't have killed Kilgrave. Or maybe they should have. Maybe he could have come back in a wheelchair because they broke his neck or something.
Well, the comic book version of Kilgrave can't die.
Why not?
Well, he just keeps coming back.
He's got purple blood.
I mean, he can definitely die.
Yeah.
Because he's been killed any number of
that
times.
has happened.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
don't know.
I think because we did an episode a while back, and I wanted to do this episode directly after that, where we talked about superhero fatigue and the things that could kill comic book movies and TV shows and whatever. But I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about all the good stuff that we've been getting over the years and how it's kind of morphed from something that's quite crap.
Yes, right.
But we're getting some really we have been getting this past 10 years, and probably a little bit before that, some of the best comic book related stuff we've ever had. And because we're in it, we're still currently in it.
Yes.
And things are still good. I think we kind of, well, I know I do it, we forget how bad things were.
Yeah, for sure. Like, so
prior
even
to now.
Like, again, like I cannot imagine a series as good as The Punisher.
No, yeah.
10 years ago?
Wouldn't.
Oh, 15 years ago.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree. And that's the kind of thing I want to kick off on.
Yeah.
It's these series.
Always going to kick off.
I'm going to kick off in a big way. No, it's this series where we get series like this where we get an opportunity to see characters that we wouldn't necessarily see on the big screen. Like
The Wizard.
Microchip. But even like they've been talking about making a Luke Cage movie for years.
Yeah.
And they've just never got around to it. And so they did a TV series. Like The Punisher had 2 shots at a movie and now it's moved to TV. Like Arrow. Like Arrow's quite successful. I don't watch it anymore. But it started off pretty promisingly and people still love it. And even like Supergirl's now like a popular TV series that people watch. So they can take characters that they're not giving movies to and give them properties that...
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's obviously varies in quality, but we're seeing characters done that we'd never see done well.
Did you... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Krypton prequel.
Exactly. Finally.
Yes.
Do you think... I think it... Like, The Dark Knight was obviously a game changer. But I think a lot of the stuff from The Dark Knight, the reverb from that was bad.
Give me an example.
From the DC universe, for one. And,
right.
Gritty reboots, and everybody wants to be captured because it was their plan all along.
Yeah.
And that's obviously a great film. But also that year we had Iron Man. And that, for me, and probably for you, and maybe for others, kicked off this entire universe and style of comic book movies, which we'd seen a little bit, but it opened up everything.
Yeah, for
in
sure.
A huge
That's
way.
still one of my favorites. Iron Man. Iron Man 2008.
Yes,
I was so
correct.
fired up about that.
Not
one.
Iron Man 2, 2010.
No.
Okay, good. Yeah, but was that a game changer for you, Mason?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
and then it did not take itself too seriously.
No.
But it was high quality.
Yeah,
it was. They just wanted to make. They just wanted a good movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And they needed to make a good movie because nobody knew who Iron Man was.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
Do you remember when they were talking about when Marvel was like, okay, we're going to be producing movies and we're going to distribute them through Paramount or whatever, and we're going to do a Captain America and Thor and Iron Man, and everyone was like, Marvel rolls out their B-list characters.
Yeah, exactly right,
and whatever. And those are, if you're a comic book fan, those are A-list comic book characters, but... Your mainstream ones are Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. Yeah. That's what they were at that point.
That being said, all those characters had been through a few rough patches in the comic books.
Yes.
Captain America had lost his powers, become a werewolf.
He became a werewolf man, yeah. He had a ponytail at one point.
Ponytail, yep.
Yeah, there'd been multiple Captain Americas. Yeah. Capwolf. What an era. Yeah. But that really, and not only that, it also opened up the idea of a shared universe. And arguably... nobody has done it as well as
for sure.
them.
Yeah.
Well, probably not arguably. That's probably just true.
Definitively, yeah. It always frustrated me prior to that.
Yeah.
Where you'd watch a movie and there'd be some vague reference to another property,
like Batman mentions Superman in Batman and Robin, or
and you'd go, "Oh, they're great. Well, they're never going to do that, so that's annoying me."
Because the crossovers prior to that, they weren't so much universes. It was, we'll do a Batman Superman movie, and then we'll do a Batman Superman sequel. Like, that was kind of the thinking. It wasn't, we'll do a Batman movie, Superman movie, then we'll bring them together. Everybody wanted this for like 20 years.
Yeah, right.
And then finally Marvel, a lot of it came from Kevin Feige, because he worked on X-Men and Spider-Man and a bunch of other stuff. Like, he was the one pushing for more comic book elements.
Yeah, right.
And shared universes, and the executives are like, nah. Because he was like our age when he kicked this off.
Wow.
Yeah, he's way better than us, Mason.
In
What
a
have we
way,
done?
sure.
I mean, I have a dog, and that's good.
But
that was more Claire.
But I'm currently holding the dog.
true,
so who's the real winner?
Yeah. So and another thing that came from, I think this also came from that movie, and probably Spider-Man as well. Like comic accurate costumes that aren't dumb.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
That Iron Man suit. There's a bit of CGI now that you go, it could be better. I assume.
Oh yeah.
It's dead on and functional and feels and looks real.
Imagine, I think we've said this before, but imagine the Iron Man movie they were going to make 15 years prior.
It would have been
Imagine
steel.
the giant motorcycle helmet that he's wearing. God.
Yeah, it would have been robot jocks. It would have been like that
sure.
kind of suit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Did you know going into this movie that they were doing Avengers?
I don't think so, no.
Like you didn't know that, you didn't know about that post-credit scene.
No, I didn't know.
That also kicked off that.
Yeah, that's true,
there'd been
did.
post-credit scene, but not.
Why did I stick around then, I wonder?
I heard there was something, or maybe I heard it was even that.
Right,
I was
okay.
traveling, Mason. I was in Rome. I've talked about it before. I travel a bit. I have traveled a bit prior to now.
I'm not enjoying this part.
But even if you look at, you may hate Ben Affleck's Batman, Mason. You may hate him.
Yep.
But the costume's good.
It really is, yeah.
Like the costuming's never been better.
That's true, yeah.
I think it's a better costume than the Dark Knight costume.
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't like the Justice League one as much. The Zack Snyder goggles and
Yeah, for sure. Nobody does.
armor and whatever.
Yeah, right,
But it's Al, man.
But that's what he wants. He wants goggles.
That's what he wants, exactly. But no.
The original slate for when Marvel sold off, all their A-list properties and they just had the B-list stuff, and they went to, Paramount, and they went to their financiers and they were like, listen, we've got these characters. We're going to make some movies out of them. There's still a few they haven't used yet.
Right.
That list also contained Shang-Chi, the Master of Kung Fu.
He's gonna be a Netflix character.
No, because they've done Iron Fist. I reckon.
I mean, just bring him into that. That's what they're probably
okay,
doing.
no,
Yeah.
I don't feel good.
What
about
do you
that.
want to see from him?
I just like a Marvel Kung Fu movie. I want to see that.
Like a proper one.
Like a proper
That's
one.
That's
not
a really
Doctor
good
Strange.
Idea.
But
You mean like a Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon throwback?
Or no, that, or even The Raid. Get Gareth Edwards and be like, okay, we'll
Gareth Edwards? That was the Star Wars guy.
Yeah, he did The Raid.
I don't think he did.
I'm gonna look it
He
up.
did Godzilla.
Who am I thinking of? Then?
Thinking of Gareth Evans?
Maybe.
I don't know his name. I know who directed The Raid. Let me have a look. It was directed by Gareth Evans. Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
You were close, Mason.
Well, get him then.
Yeah, get him.
Get him.
For once in your miserable life.
He's Welsh.
Is
Get
he?
Gareth Evans. Get him to do Shang-Chi.
Absolutely.
You'd be like, listen, we want all the martial arts stuff, but also there's a blue light shooting into the sky. That's all we want.
Please. That's a really good point. That's a genre of filmmaking they haven't touched on.
I think that'd freshen it up a little bit. But I guess there's a balance there, because you want it to be spectacular, but you don't want it to segue into wire fu and
No.
defying gravity and drop some CGI on that kind of thing.
Who do you get to play him though?
Will Smith.
Yeah, maybe. Can he do a kung fu, Mason?
No, absolutely not. No. Just Will Smith's on the top of my mind at all times.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, now he's taken to YouTube. He's coming after our business, Mason.
Yeah.
What else I got here though? I think also there's been lessons, and a lot of this has come from Marvel, of adhering to comic book storylines to as far as you can to make sense in a movie universe, and that doesn't always work. Winter Soldier's a good example. It's not exactly the same, but there's a lot of elements that are close. Age of Ultron, not a good example.
No.
They just kind of took the name. But even the Punisher from 2009 that's just a Punisher story.
Yeah, right, for sure.
In a movie. Yeah. I mean, some movies do it better than others, but no, do you like that they're taking more direct adaptations?
Yes.
Or do you like that they're sometimes ruining adaptations, depending on who's doing it?
What I don't like is that they seem to be just grabbing the most recent stuff.
Yeah, right.
Which...
Where do you want to go back? What do you want, the Phantom from the 30s? Is that what you
Yeah,
want?
no, I want the Phantom, exactly. No, I just want... I feel there's got to be some great stuff from the 70s and 80s that they can... But I guess maybe it's easier to go, okay, well, we'll get a modern story because it's got... We don't have to change... We don't have to update anything. We can... everybody's got the modern contrivances or whatever. We don't have to...
Yeah.
But I don't know.
They've done a lot of the iconic 80s
Yeah,
stuff, I guess.
and I guess we are getting Dark Phoenix.
We are getting Dark Phoenix.
Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
And by that
Definitely, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and by that I mean just the Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
They just kind of sort of did that.
Mm-hmm.
But it used to be, and it's the same with like character origins and powers, because before that it was just like, it's comic books, who cares?
Right.
Superman can rebuild the Great Wall of China with his eyes, or he can throw a cellophane S. Who cares? It's Superman, he can do anything. But now it's just, why don't we pull back a bit and look at what that character can actually do? And like, even with Thor, like Thor wouldn't have worked 15 years prior. Like
No, for sure,
they would have definitely ruined that. I mean, they have used him in the Hulk. He turned up in the Hulk TV series or whatever. He fought
I remember that.
Lou Ferrigno or whatever. But that kind of stuff is great. Like they take the stuff from the comic books that work and they try to do that now.
Yeah,
which is good, because there's a reason why that stuff has stuck around, because people like it and it's good. Mm-hmm. But like before that, it was just, well, that doesn't work in a movie, so have Superman fight a giant spider or whatever, like things like that. Right. But it seems now they're relying more on the source material, and I think it's for the better, even if they fuck it up.
Yeah,
a lot of the time. Yeah, I don't know, man. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
But even look at like Spider-Man. Like the best version of Spider-Man is the most current one.
Correct.
I feel.
Yes, I also agree.
And it's also the closest to the comic.
Yes,
probably.
correct.
Is it? Yeah, probably.
Well, they're getting a.
I mean, it's MCU'd and it's friends with Tony Stark and whatever.
And they did. Although also didn't get a character in high school played by a 30-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's good. That's a step in the right direction.
Absolutely. But even like costume-wise, like that amazing Spider-Man costume, the first one, is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It's got like Oakley's lenses or whatever, and he's in a luge suit or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Whatever's going on there, but yeah, and also like, and this is still carried over now. They were just like, yeah, Batman can just murder people, and that's still something they're kind of dealing with now.
Yeah, right.
But don't do that, obviously.
Yeah, right.
And obviously, people like it when you don't do that, as opposed to what they've been doing with that character. Ugh. Captain America, that shouldn't obviously work.
Shouldn't work at all. That's true. Yeah,
it's one of the. He's like Superman now. You know, he's kind of that iconic, I would say. These movies do better, at least. What else is good? What's good about comic book movies and properties?
Look.
The colours, the fighting, the style,
yes.
the
shapes, movement, jangling keys.
Yeah, okay, here's something.
Okay, I'm ready.
They're doing characters that it was assumed wouldn't work.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Two recent examples, Black Panther and Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Because it was that Black Panther was, I mean, they've been talking about it since the 90s, but it never got anywhere near off the ground. And Wonder Woman was kind of like, we'll do a Wonder Woman TV series, which they cancelled. You saw that one?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Like, Wonder Woman should be a movie.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It is. And people showed up for it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
And it's working.
And it's working.
Good.
That's
yeah.
exactly right. So maybe we can get Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu or whatever.
I love it.
Why don't you bloody
Also
know?
on that list, Power Pack. They were like little kids and they had superpowers.
Is that good?
Some of it was good.
What did they have on them? What do you mean? Like, did they have powers in backpacks?
What?
Was it a Nintendo Labo situation?
No,
or was it like a pack of kids?
Yeah, they were like a pack of kids.
Okay,
yeah.
I guess
yeah,
so.
yeah.
All right.
like a gang.
Like a gang.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also on that list, Cloak and Dagger. Who knows
what are they doing with that? Wasn't there a TV
There's
series?
a TV series on the way. It's not out yet.
Do you think that'll be good?
No.
Why? Who's doing it?
We'd have to look it up. Do you think that
Looks a lot like The Cape.
doesn't it? Do you think that Marvel and DC are taking more chances on characters like Black Panther and Wonder Woman just because they've run through all the standards and they're not working as much anymore?
Potentially.
Like Batman or Superman or...
Yeah, it's possibly. That'd probably be a part of it. But also I think they recognise there's markets there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And there's call for characters like that to exist.
And I don't know if I've said this on the show before, but what I like about Wonder Woman, what I liked about Black Panther, A, they were good, enjoyable movies, had a lot of fun with them, and 2, I wasn't bored.
A and 2, huh?
Bored out of my mind. Yes, A and 2. I wasn't bored out of my mind. There was a feeling in the back of my head as I'm watching Black Panther, and I'm like, what do I like about this more beyond that it's a good, fun movie?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm seeing the world through the perspective of not a middle-class white guy.
Right,
It's really nice.
Yeah, see something
I'm
different.
so bored. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Anytime I watch a movie and it's about like a dude in his 30s and he hasn't got it together, I'm like, I've seen that. It's my life.
You live
it's
it.
fine, yeah.
Look in the mirror.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't need to see it anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been through this. Get over it. You're
wanna see
fine.
it.
You're doing fine.
Yeah, exactly. For stories in general, who doesn't want to see different? Who wants to see the
Heaps of
same
people.
thing? Yeah, you're probably right.
But they're wrong.
But also, you can have both.
I had here's a thought that I had the other day.
Hmm.
Do you think that, this is unrelated to the discussion, but I'm going to throw it in anyway.
All right.
Do you think there seems to be a lot of people on the internet,
Yeah,
and I
there's
guess
so
in
many.
real life, that's the end of the thought.
Okay.
No, who decide in advance that they are not going to enjoy a property, a movie or a TV series
Like
or
Ready
whatever,
Player One?
if they cannot imagine themselves as the main character.
That's probably a
Like
thing.
Black Panther and it's almost exclusively middle class white dudes, straight white dudes.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a recent phenomenon?
No, I think that's.
You think it's
probably-
always been the way?
Well, if you look at the characters that have been popular even way back, like somebody wants to be Davy Crockett. Do you know what I mean?
Wow, you did go back.
I went back, but no, not necessarily. But what's bizarre?
I feel like,
but you can't be Superman either.
No, but I
Do you
mean,
know what
but
That's what's
before,
weird
but that's
to
the
me
thing.
about
Like,
it.
I think before we were born, I feel, and maybe I'm completely wrong, but I feel like people would just watch a story and they'd go, "Okay, I enjoy watching these characters." In this adventure or whatever. But now it seems to me increasingly people are like, well, why would I watch this? I'm not an African guy.
But do you think that's also because there wasn't as many of those stories when we were younger, so what you didn't hear about it
Oh, maybe.
as much.
Maybe, I
You
don't
know
know.
what I mean? Like,
I don't know, I just
do
feel
you
like
think people need a window in, is what you're saying, or they need to be
I
like,
think
Superman? I could be that. I could. That would be me.
No, but I think people are okay with watching movies about robots or aliens or whatever, and they can imagine themselves in the perspective of that. But they're like, but I can't imagine myself as a woman, so it's not going to happen.
What's weird about that is though, when I watch something or play a video game, okay, for video games, if it's a character, I don't want a silent character, and I'm like, this is me.
Yep.
I don't know a lot of people go into video games like that, but when I'm watching a movie, I want to see a character who's not me and
You're right.
interesting.
But that's the thing. I think maybe we are the outliers there.
I don't know if that's true. I think a lot of people I think there's probably a split.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah, I'd imagine.
I just think it's
because
odd.
obviously these movies do well because people didn't like Wonder Woman. Not only women liked Wonder Woman.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Can you imagine yourself as Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
You haven't got the legs for it, mate.
Disagree.
No, it's interesting though. I'd like to
disagree.
hear people's thoughts about that.
Same.
Though. What's the specific question though?
I
How
don't
would
know,
you frame that?
I guess my question is, do you think people need relatability in their... I mean, everybody needs relatability in their characters.
Sure.
But I think that people on the internet are increasingly like, I don't want to watch this because the character doesn't look like me.
Right.
I
wouldn't say it's the majority.
wouldn't say it's the majority.
No, that definitely exists though.
Yeah, right.
Because that's people who also like, I don't understand, why do we need Black Panther when we've got Blade?
Yeah, right, exactly.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, right.
You can have Black Panther and you can have Captain America. Like, one doesn't push the other one out.
No, that's true, yeah.
I think it's...
And even if it did, we could just watch Black Panther.
Yeah,
like a
exactly.
sequel.
It's very strange. I don't know. I think, yeah. Maybe it's a fear of people like losing the things that they love for new things. And that's, yeah.
Like
I don't
throwing a
know.
shield.
Like throwing a shield.
Yeah.
Man. Do you think people look at Captain America and go, yeah, that's me. That's who I can relate to because I'm a down on my luck guy, but I'm also secretly muscular and I could beat up Nazis or whatever. Is
Correct,
that what people
yes.
think?
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah. It's very possible. But if you do think that, you can't. Nobody can. It's fictional. That guy doesn't exist. That's weird to me. Do you think introducing shared universes has been beneficial?
Overall,
Does the
in the
good
entertainment
outweigh the
industry.
bad, is what I'm saying.
Okay, I guess are you saying, am I willing to tolerate the existence of the dark universe?
Yes.
Because the Marvel universe exists?
Yes.
Absolutely I am.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
And again, I would love another dark universe movie, especially if it's as bad as The Mummy.
Yes.
I would love another one.
Wouldn't that be great?
Oh, so good.
They should just give it to Guillermo del Toro.
Yes.
Just because he was going to do it initially.
Well, he can write his own ticket now,
Yeah,
surely.
that's right. If I was him, like those are passion projects for him. But then again, no, do what you want. But
Yeah.
he would. he would kick off that universe so well.
Yeah,
it would
for
be
sure.
really interesting. Isn't it weird that like he just did Pacific Rim and then he made Shape of Water?
Shape of Water, right?
Did we talk about the Oscars? Do we need to? I mean, good, I guess.
I don't think we need to. No.
Churchill won. Gary Oldman won for putting on a
I don't think there's
rubber
any.
neck.
I don't think there's any like egregious mistakes this year. Probably. I think everything that won. I think everything that deserved to win won at least something.
Do you think Gary Oldman should have won for putting on a rubber neck and going, "I'm Winston Churchill"?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it, but it looks boring.
Like I'm glad that Get Out won for best screenplay.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know. I think it should have won
Something else?
Yeah, as well. Yeah.
Best movie?
Best movie,
Best
maybe.
films?
I think it was good. It was really good.
Okay. I'm just looking at... So...
But I think even a lot of people in the Academy we saw a lot of articles that were like, why I'm voting for whatever. And I think a lot of people dismissed Get Out of hand.
Yeah, right.
Because it veered even close to being like a genre horror film. They were like, no, well that's... But also because the black people are in it.
Do you think Daniel Kaluuya should have beaten Gary Oldman for that movie you didn't see for Get Out?
He was very good in it.
Here's the thing: he didn't put on a rubber neck, though.
I think Get Out had. I think every performance in Get Out was great.
Agreed.
Like the grandparents,
yes,
were incredible.
The dad and mum were really good.
The girlfriend
was really
great,
good.
Incredible.
The best friend.
Like, without going to spoilers, if you haven't seen Get Out, you should probably see Get Out.
Get out of here.
Thank you.
No,
but like,
no worries.
You 100% buy the girlfriend through all points in that movie.
Yes.
Like I'm believing this character up until I can't talk about it without spoiling it, but I'm 100% on board with this character, and then there's a thing happens.
Somebody has to get out.
Yeah. Everybody's great in that movie. Anyway.
And they do or do not.
That should have won more awards. Anyway.
Yeah. But I think it's...
But let's give it to Gary Oldman for Weird Rubberneck.
Yeah. I mean, he beat Daniel Day-Lewis, who was like, I'm making clothes!
I didn't see Phantom Thread either.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Why not? Because who cares?
In many ways,
he didn't have a cape. Would you have seen it if he had a cape?
I think if
anything... If it was the same movie, but he had a big red cape with an S on it, would you have seen it?
What does the S stand for in Phantom Thread?
Superfluous.
Because it's a superfluous cape.
Yes.
Wow. All right. I thought
Right.
sartorial because it's about clothes.
Okay, I got one more good thing here, and then there's no other good things.
Okay.
There has been some critically, not just commercially and fan favorites, but there's been some really fantastic standout movies and TV series that are comic book based.
Yes, for sure.
To name a few.
Legion,
The Dark Knight, Logan, The Winter Soldier, Arrow,
Civil
Season
War.
3, Civil War, but not as much as Winter Soldier, I feel.
Really?
Yeah, I like Winter Soldier more.
I think you're wrong.
I think you're wrong and a bitch.
I think you're wrong, but I wouldn't call you a bitch because that's rude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't because you're a bitch.
Wow.
But no, so I think there is getting more recognition. I mean, okay, Hugh Jackman should have been nominated for an Oscar for Logan, probably, for Best Actor. But also, who cares? Because it's the Oscars and awards are meaningless. That being said, vote for us in the thing that we're...
Did he win some awards? Did he win a Saturn award or something?
I don't think he won anything. Oh, he probably won a Sega Saturn award.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, but...
Do you really think he deserves an Oscar nomination for that? Okay.
Absolutely. I think he should have won an Oscar for a bunch of stuff up to now. But no, he was great in Logan. And
he never won an award.
I don't think so.
It's
not
weird.
For an actor.
They got him to put on the Oscars one year.
Yeah, and they didn't.
That
give him
year
nothing.
he brought back the musical, and he's never won anything. That's a shame. He's great.
Yeah, he is. I agree. But that was a standout performance, and he was 2 Hugh Jackmans at one point.
That's true.
Is that enough Hugh Jackmans for you, Mason?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One's enough. He's great.
That's an example where 2 is better than 3.
Correct.
Which we were talking about last week. But no, so I think it's as long as they don't balls it up, I think we're going to be getting more things like Legion, like. I think there's now a standard, and that's why when I see something like this season 2 of Jessica Jones, I'm like, this isn't good enough for me to watch, unfortunately. Yeah, even though
I guess what is preventing another season of what's preventing another substandard Netflix season?
It's the same. It's just like meander.
But that's the thing. What's preventing it? Because they don't release their numbers, their viewer numbers.
They surely must be doing worse.
Yeah.
Right? there's less buzz about it every time one of them comes out.
That's true, yeah.
It's
What's next? Is it Luke Cage again?
might be Luke Cage.
I think it's Luke Cage.
No, it might be
season 2.
Daredevil 3, season 3.
Okay.
And they're also doing Iron Fist at the moment as well. So we're getting them all again.
Great.
Yeah, I am looking forward to seeing what they do with all of them next.
Yeah,
like
right.
I'll kind of touch base and see where they're at. But boy, it's not it's not 2000 and
Like how many? What is
15?
Marvel's? I know we've tried to be positive here, but
Yeah.
what is Marvel's indicator here for them to stop doing? To be like, hey Netflix, we're not giving you these characters again.
It's a good question.
Like, are Marvel just going to keep throwing money at them to make more seasons of this?
Maybe.
What are they getting out of this?
That's a good. Yeah, it's a good question. That's a good question, especially when these characters would work in a movie if you folded them into the movie universe. You could do other things with them than, man, New York's got a lot of crime, doesn't it? And I'm sad.
Yeah.
It's just that. Do something else. Does the Punisher go overseas? He better.
Sometimes.
Good.
Yeah.
Does he in the series? I mean, I know you see flashbacks to Afghanistan or whatever.
I'm
but
not thus far, no.
just let him go somewhere else. Anyway, I do want to get
He
back
goes out into the
Punisher.
woods.
Does he?
Yep.
Well, that's good. That's different, isn't it? It's not a corridor.
It's true.
But no,
It's the exact opposite of a corridor.
correct. No, I do think though it's been a really good time for comic book movies and properties and like this in general. And I think it's only going to get better or worse. What do you think?
Better.
I agree, actually. I do. Yeah, more weird stuff, more different stuff as well.
Yeah, more different stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that Shang-Chi movie. That is definitely coming out now that I've mentioned it.
I hope so. Do you want me to see if there's any updates on that?
Yeah, if you could.
Okay. There's an article here from 2 years ago. It says Iron Fist may set up Shang-Chi as Marvel's next Netflix hero. Mm-hmm. I don't think they did any of that, did they?
Ooh.
Oh, he's got ninja stars in this photo. So good.
Yep.
So good.
He's got all the stuff. If you think maybe he's a guy who can't handle a pair of nunchucks, you are wrong.
Oh. Hey, here we go. This is the only bit of news. In 2006, Shang-Chi was chosen as one of the many properties in Marvel's new film deal with Paramount Pictures, along with Captain America, Nick Fury, blah, 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 blah.
Power Pack.
Power Pack.
Power Pack,
Power
see?
Pack's in there, yeah. There you go. So somebody has it, Mason. Well,
yep.
we already knew that, didn't we?
That's true, we did.
Yeah.
Marvel Studios has it.
Yes, correct.
Specifically.
Correct.
They've always had it.
That's right. Anything else, Mason?
Nah.
All right, then you know what it's time for.
Oh, our famous segment, What We're Reading?
Oh, before we do that, what's something that you like about people that like about comic book stuff?
What?
I'm asking people at home. What's good?
Oh, I see. This is a
Like,
call to action.
Yeah, it's a call to action.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's a good thing that they've been doing, that anybody's been doing?
Yeah.
It can even be a lesson that somebody learnt and now it's a good thing's going to happen.
I have to get back into... speaking of Marvel TV series, I have to get back into Agents of
They
S.H.I.E.L.D.
just did 100, yeah.
Yeah, 100th episode. People, and I think this season is the last season.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
I'd love to see Coulson back for the movies.
Yeah, wouldn't it be good? I like that character. And he's got a robot hand now,
Correct.
and that's cool.
That is cool.
Now it's time for What We Read.
And that would fit very well. No, so you did it to me, so I'm not doing it to you. That would fit very well in the current Marvel universe where everybody's got a robot hand.
Everyone's got a robot hand, correct. And now it's time for What We Reading.
What we gonna read?
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? We got there.
We didn't. That's true.
What are you?
Because of
bloody
teamwork.
read? Yeah.
Oh, last week we talked about Logan's Run.
Yeah,
It's getting a reboot of sorts. I'm
Yeah,
not
someone's
sure.
in it
So
or
I watched
something.
Logan's Run.
And
It's bad. It's got a certain charm to it. Now, because last week I'm like, well, nobody.
what's it on? What did you watch it on?
DVD.
Okay, you have it?
I found a copy.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, last week I'm like, well, because Westworld is kind of schlocky and fun,
Sure.
and so they found the good in it and they turned it into a series, which is great. And last week I'm like, well, nobody really remembers Logan's Run, blah blah blah. And I think a lot of people do. It's got a lot of. It's memorable, certainly.
Isn't there a bit where he's going to get a new face and there's lasers?
Yes, there is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw it with a friend and we were like, Paul Rudd absolutely could be he goes to like a plastic surgeon who is going to laser his face off and put a new face on, and it's like dead on Paul Rudd. They get Paul Rudd in there.
Is he old, the guy in it?
No, he's youngish.
Okay.
Well, he has to be youngish. Everybody in that
Yeah,
society
I
is
thought
youngish.
he might have.
And there's a big silver box robot. Like it's got lot of memorable. Like all the characters wear clothing that is color coordinated to their age.
Okay, right.
Like if you're a kid, you wear yellow. If you're like more, if you're towards the younger end of the age range, you wear green, and if you're approaching your death, you wear red.
And then they throw you into a wood chipper? How do they kill you?
They throw you into like an arena,
Yeah.
and you get sort of zoomed up into a vortex, like above this arena.
What do they tell you it is?
Oh, you get thrown into space, and then you are destroyed, and then you're remade.
Oh.
So it's like a kind of an afterlife situation.
But you're not really.
No, you're just blown to bits.
Cool. Are there old people there in society running it?
No.
So it's just all young people throwing each other into
Exactly,
space.
yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Makes no sense. The entire movie makes no sense. There's a bit with an insane man. Like we see one old man at the end, and he's insane, and he has a lot of cats.
Cool.
But again, visually, it's like very 1970s future.
Yeah, right.
It's incredible 1970s future. There's a lot of very obvious model work.
Yeah, I love
like
it.
in the society.
There's a certain charm to that.
There's a certain charm. The effects are bad.
Yeah. It's
great.
How's Basil Exposition? Has his He-Man haircut?
He's very... The character's a little bit inconsistent.
Yeah,
At one point, he goes in like... There's some...
He goes 1970s mad?
He goes 1970s mad,
Yes.
precisely. He goes 1970s mad, where he's like... Again, acting prior to like the 90s, it was just you're very stoic for a while, and then you just start yelling. And that's exactly what he does in this movie. And then you win an award for it.
No, De Niro changed a lot of that, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so,
When
yeah.
he talked to that mirror.
Yeah.
Things changed.
I think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's got... Look, would I recommend you watch it? No. But I see why they've remade it. Because
Yeah.
it's got, like, I was wrong. It is memorable, certainly.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to watch Love Season 3 on Netflix.
Also, there's unnecessary nudity in it.
Yeah, 70s.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it 70s nudity where it's insane? Like a man going mad?
It's not that insane.
No, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Love Season 3.
Oh, yeah, on
It's our
Netflix.
final
Yeah.
season, so
Okay,
I'm going to watch
great.
that. I don't know anything about it.
In lieu... What, you don't know anything about love at all?
No, not in life.
I meant the concept. Yeah, exactly. No, wait, but you've seen
No,
season
I've seen
1
it
and 2.
too, one and two,
Yeah,
so
okay. That's a great show.
I'll kick that
Yeah.
off at some point. So, But that's pretty much the extent of it. I was going to mention Claire's podcast, which is linked below. But you can check that out, Mason. Also, there's John and Kenny put together a 16-bit animation of on my YouTube channel of the T'Challa Killmonger waterfall fight.
Oh,
and it's
nice.
done like as a Street Fighter style.
That is
beat 'em up
very
thing.
cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a lot of fun.
Is that up now?
Yeah, it's up right now. So it's got some kind of 16-bit appropriate music and effects and Street Fighter damage, and it's cool. It's great. So I'll link that below if people want to check it out.
Cool, man.
Get in before it goes super viral and we're all millionaires.
And you go to one of your friends. Hey, have you seen? Here's a little something I want to show you. It's this video, and then like, I've seen it, idiot. I've seen it. You're behind the curve. And you're like, why am I behind the curve? Why?
Yeah,
That's all I had was being
That's
ahead
all
of the
I was ahead of it,
curve.
now I'm not.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy.
I wish I wasn't.
You don't want to be that guy showing people a video or a meme that's a week old. How embarrassing for you.
Ridiculous.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Yucko.
Are you ready for the next segment though?
Oh, letters.
I knew you were.
Maybe I am.
The classic one was letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away. Hang on, they're here right now. We're gonna do letters.
If you want to reach the show, you can hashtag weeklyplanetpod on Twitter and we'll find a couple of tweets to read out. Also, you can go weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com.
Great stuff.
Send us an email and Mason will read all your emails out.
I read them all.
Yep.
This is from Zane.
Ready.
He's just finished watching The Tick on Amazon. Have you gotten to The Tick yet?
Gotta get around to the tick.
Yeah, right. I've got Amazon on my new
It's another
TV,
example
so-
of like, we're getting the tick. That's crazy.
Yeah, right, isn't it though?
And
Yeah.
it's apparently very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And?
He saw the 90s cartoon, he read the comic and really liked them. He felt the new show was just fine.
Oh.
He felt they didn't know what kind of show they wanted it to be. He did enjoy the take on a different genre for superhero stuff. I agree as well. I mean, it works sometimes. Like, flat-out comedy doesn't always work. Powerless, DC's Powerless did not work,
Was that a comedy?
allegedly.
What?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, it was allegedly a comedy. It had Alan Tudyk in it. He's funny.
Oh, Powerless. I'm thinking of Powers.
Oh, no, that's not a comedy.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't mind Powerless. It
How
was
much did you see of it, though?
some of it.
Yeah, right. It's no good.
I don't think It seemed like they changed it from it was going to be good and then they changed it to a bad thing.
Yeah, right.
Because wasn't it going to be like they changed it to something else?
Yeah,
whatever
right.
it ended up being. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Let's see. He hopes we end up getting more variations in the superhero genre. I absolutely do. An example might be Shang-Chi, the Master of Kung Fu. That's
Yes.
just an idea I'm just throwing out there.
Stop saying it, Mason. You can't will it into existence.
What other genres would you like to see superheroes in?
Oh.
We're getting horror, obviously, with New Mutants.
I'm going to say more horror.
Nice.
Like we've got some horror, but more
More
horror.
horror, okay.
Yeah.
Superhero mockumentary, what about that?
That could work. Like The Office, but
Yep.
like, yeah, definitely. Haven't they tried versions of that?
I mean, there's often... Yeah, maybe. I think you're right. I lost my train of
What
thought
was
there.
that UK one with the guy from...
Oh, that was...
that wasn't The Office style though, was it?
No, there've been a couple.
No
There
Heroes or
was
something?
No
Heroics,
Heroics, which was a sitcom, and there was also My Hero,
Yeah.
which was just a straight up sitcom.
Oh yeah, and that was like the guy from Father Ted or whatever.
Thermo Man, yeah.
Thermo Man, yeah.
Yeah,
And the baby could talk and shit.
Superhero rom com is one I'd really like to see,
Oh yeah.
but established characters. Again, I want to see a Hawkeye rom com.
Yeah, cool.
He's got to go on a date with his wife.
Yes.
but he also has to save the world. I think that would be great.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. That'd be really cool.
What else? Okay, what
They
other
should
gen-
do something interesting with Hawkeye.
I agree.
I make fun of him a lot.
Me too.
But there's
he's a guy
lot
with
you
a bow and arrow.
Yeah, but there's a lot you could do with that. I mean, just look at My Life as a Weapon or As a Weapon or whatever it's called. They're doing Old Man Hawkeye at the moment, and it's great. Yeah,
Wait, so blind Hawkeye?
yeah. Or he's going blind.
Oh, so it's set before
Prequel,
Old Man Logan.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay,
yeah.
great. What other genres could we do though?
I'd like a positive Superman film. Is that
would
a
be nice.
genre?
Yeah, that's a
Let's make
genre.
a good Superman film.
Yeah, that'd
How
be
about
good.
that?
Yeah.
There's a genre. Good question. You
Well,
mentioned martial
sometimes
arts.
we get.
What about a good Western?
I was just
You got
thinking a good. I was just
Western?
going to say a good Western because we got Jonah Hex, which was not a good Western.
Would you do a modern day Western though, or would you do like one? Oh,
Well,
it's the Marvel Universe.
Logan
except
was
it's
kind of a
1800.
modern day Western.
Yeah,
I feel.
sort of. But how many cowboy hats did you count?
Didn't see any cowboy
yeah,
hats.
There was cornfields, but come on.
Yeah, right. I reckon past Western.
But would you do it in the MCU, and who do you get? Or do you do like a weird like it's Tony Stark except it's an alternate universe?
No,
and
you
he's
don't
a
do that. You
cowboy?
absolutely do not do that. There's got to be. What are some Marvel Western heroes? There's got to be some.
I can only think of Jonah Hex.
That's
And he's a
DC, but alright.
guy, yeah.
Yeah.
And they did that, and it's crap.
Yeah.
Also, Michael Fassbender's in that apparently.
Okay, but I mean, there's got to be a way to do it right.
Okay,
I think.
Let me check, Mason, if there's a Marvel cowboy.
Yeah.
There's a cowboy action comic.
Oh, there's
the Rawhide Kid.
Rawhide Kid. I was just gonna say, yeah, yeah.
There's Red Wolf.
Okay.
No, there's a bunch of them, yeah.
Yeah.
There's Harold Kane, and either he's shooting really fast or he has 15 arms. I can't tell.
It's probably the first one.
There's Hugo, and he just looks like a puppet. I don't know what am I looking at here?
Don't know.
Yeah, but no, there is a bunch of them. There's also Steve Rogers' Earth 51920, where he's a sheriff.
Okay,
You
cool.
want to see that?
No.
He's got a Logan's Run haircut.
Absolutely not.
Okay, fine. What about if they did an Elseworlds story where they just went, it's the Avengers except it's the Old West?
Well, I was just thinking
Just
there
do
is.
it!
How about this?
Yeah. Time travel.
No, a documentary.
Okay.
Like an Attenborough narrated documentary, like
Yes.
a Planet Earth style one,
I'm
except it's
listening.
like Avengers 1 million BC.
So what's Tony Stark's just wrapping leaves around him or something?
No, there's an actual Avengers 1 million BC team. It's Agamotto,
Like
creator of the
Agamotto,
I Have
yeah.
Agamotto. It's Odin in place
Right,
of
okay.
Thor. It's the original Ghost Rider. It's the original Black Panther.
Really?
It's So yeah. Anyway, this
sounds
is quite recent.
kind of great.
When they rebooted Marvel last time for Marvel Legacy,
Yeah.
we got to look at the original Avengers team, I guess.
Hmm.
So Ghost Rider rides a woolly mammoth.
Who are they? A flaming woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
Who are
They're
they
fighting Celestials.
Really?
Yeah, it's good.
That sounds really interesting.
It is fun. Yeah.
Do you think they'd ever make that? You're gonna run out
No,
of stuff
I mean
eventually.
the trick with that is because we know that Earth survives into the modern era.
You're right.
Is you have to really love those characters, and can you do that in 2 hours?
I think that would be really interesting.
I think so too.
It's a really dumb idea that might not work. But,
Yeah.
but I also like
And Odin's built, like Odin's forged
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir, but it doesn't quite work yet.
Ah, okay.
Uh-huh.
It mouths off to him.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Because of an asshole.
Okay. No, I like that. And yet what I also like about that is they didn't just go, Tony Stark had a great grandfather.
I mean, there is that. There's Marvel 1602, which is set in a parallel universe.
Yeah, but I'm talking like they took modern day characters of and they worked around it to make an original Avengers team. Like I like the idea of seeing like the first Black Panther and that. That's really cool. Mm-hmm. Okay, make that, Mason. Any other thoughts?
Nah.
What about the future? Apocalypse or something. Do the apocalypse. It's the Terminator, except it's the future.
Oh, I see.
Marvel characters. Marvel Zombies. How about that?
I would love to see Marvel
Me
Zombies.
too. Which version? What's the one where that robot goes around and kills everybody that you sent me?
Machine Man.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a great one.
I would like to see, if we're going to introduce parallel universes, I would love to see a Marvel Zombies.
Do you think we will, or do you think Disney would steer away from seeing somebody cut off Steve
the
Rogers'
problem
zombie
with
head?
that is you have to... I guess it's confusing for a general audience, so you'd have to redesign every character, I feel. Just slightly.
So
but since they do that every movie anyway...
Don't you think it would be interesting to have the regular Avengers or some of them go into a parallel dimension and fight zombie versions of themselves?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Mm-hmm. Not a bad question, Mason.
That is a good question.
This is from Ben on
Hello,
Twitter.
Ben.
Hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. Daisy Ridley said in an interview recently that J.J. Abrams had written a script for Star Wars Episode 8, but Rian Johnson scrapped it for his own version. While I like The Last Jedi, do you feel that multiple directors influencing a franchise is a good thing?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
I say no.
Wow.
I like singular visions, even if they're bad.
Okay.
Because it's...
Look, I don't like...
I mean, nothing's really a singular vision anymore.
And I don't... Exactly. Like it... Yeah. And I don't like direction by committee.
Yes.
But
do you think multiple directors working on a project is different than 12 people sitting in a room and demanding a Bumblebee movie or whatever?
Yes, exactly. Correct.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you think J.J. Abrams would have done with Episode 8?
Mystery boxes.
Yeah, just continue the mystery boxes?
Yep.
I mean, even if you hated a lot of Episode 8, they did answer a lot of questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and threw out a bunch of stuff as well.
Which I loved so much.
Yeah, me too. But not everybody loved it, Mason. Mm-hmm. But that's okay, though.
Yeah, look, honestly, I would much prefer... I would even prefer... I would much prefer some sort of studio mandate where the next director along the line has to ruin the previous movie. And then the director afterwards has to
somehow fix.
They go, okay, you have to twist 50% of the stuff from the previous movie. Yeah. I think that would be incredible.
And then wreck it for the next person.
Wreck it for the next guy. There was a comic book quite recently called Commandy Challenge, which is about the kid Commandy, the DC character Commandy.
Yeah.
And the premise was that every issue, the previous writers put Commandy in a
vice-like grip.
Yeah, a vice-like grip and like a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And the next writers had to get him out of it.
Yes.
Which I thought was great. So I want that.
Cool.
Freshen it up a little.
Just with millions of dollars at play, though.
Yeah. It's not my money, is it?
No.
You know what? Yeah, every Star Wars, just put the characters in a predicament, have somebody else write them out.
Agreed.
No long-term plan.
I don't want
See what happens.
I also
wouldn't that be exciting?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is from Just Plain John. For the upcoming Into the Spider-Verse animated movie, how would you feel about previous Spider-Man actors like Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland voicing different Spider-Men in the Spider-Verse? I love it.
Yeah, I
want a Spider-Verse live-action movie and get those guys back. Just dip into the Tobey Maguire universe, see what he's up to. You don't want to see that a little bit?
No.
Come on, Mason, you could make fun of him.
Yes.
You can make fun of him. Don't you want to see what Andrew Garfield's up to? Did he ever get out of that fight with a rhino? Maybe we just see his corpse.
Yeah, that'd be incredible. That'd be so good.
Yeah.
There's just a monument to Spider-Man, and it's just a building, the building, and it's just his corpse nailed to a wall with the rhino horn, and they've just left it there.
Left it there, yeah, absolutely. Do you want to dip back and see those universes at all, ever?
Oh, no.
I really do.
That's incredible.
Because none of them wrapped up properly, and I don't need a whole movie that shows Tobey Maguire marry Kirsten Dunst and they cry for 40 minutes.
Yep.
I don't need any of that.
But you want 5 minutes of it.
Yeah, just dip in. And again, I don't need it. I'm completely fine if they don't do it, but I think it would be a nice little way to expand the universe and also kind of see some stuff that we haven't seen before.
Look, I'm willing to budge on this if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield both have to have a little goatee. I think that would be good to signify they've matured.
Oh, okay.
And it's the future.
But wouldn't people be like, well, are they evil versions of themselves?
Maybe they are, though.
That's true. Would you take stubble?
Ooh,
Or
no.
would you only take goatees?
Goatee, only
Okay, fair
goatees,
enough.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man. And they both look like they could be they're in good shape. They could still do it.
Yeah.
But could they grow a goatee?
Yes.
Also,
I think Garfield could.
definitely. I also want to say, I always do when I include these two in a video.
Yeah.
I want to see them with swapped hair.
Swapped hair, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. But I don't know, like, what can... I don't see what value it is to see the previous two Spider-Mans interact with a new Spider-Man, because they're not that... They're
But you
not
put a
that...
stack in, you put in Gwenpool, you put in Spider-Ham,
But I mean,
you put in Doppelganger, you put them
what-
all in.
But what can they... What wisdom can they confer to Tom Holland's Spider-Man? Because
don't have to.
But they're not that much further along, that's what I'm saying.
No, but they are, like Tobey Maguire would be. Like that
I guess
finished
that's
in
true.
2007 or whatever.
Yeah, right, okay.
He's a 44-year-old man
Yeah.
still.
Yeah,
So it doesn't have to be about wisdom. They're just working together.
I guess so.
Yeah. They have to, because a portal amulet shattered and
Yeah,
there's
okay,
different
fine.
bits or whatever,
All right.
you know?
But wouldn't they find it weird that Tom Holland exists in a full Marvel universe with hundreds of other heroes, and they're just
Yes.
they're like, what? I
don't have anything.
In my universe, it's just me.
There was a Sandman, but he's gone.
Yeah,
That's it.
my girlfriend died. Be nice if Iron Man was there to help me out. I don't know.
Well, maybe Andrew Garfield could snatch the Gwen Stacy away from Tom Holland's universe and she's like 15.
Wow.
Is that what you want to see, Mason?
No,
You
that would be
weirdo.
weird and creepy. No, I don't like it at
Okay,
all.
good. All right. I think that's the show for this week.
We did it.
Didn't we just? Why don't
Yeah.
you wrap it up, Mason?
Thanks
The
to
only
everybody
way
for
you know
listening.
how.
That's number one fact. That sounded insincere. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
It felt insincere.
It felt insincere.
Reviews definitely help.
It
Do they
seems
not?
more insincere the more I say it.
No, it's really great though.
It
is. I love doing this, and people listen,
too.
and that's cool too. Yeah, reviews help, I guess.
Reviews, if you want to send us a nice review, or just say hello, weeklyplanetpod at Gmail, and Facebook, and Twitter, and Bandcamp. You can also follow Weekly Planet, The Weekly Planet on Twitter,
Correct.
which is our friend Rob Collings.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
I'm at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter.
I'm at Mr. Sunday Movies. The Planet Broadcasting Great Mates group.
Yeah, if you want to join that,
awesome discussions.
There's
going
so
on
much
there.
lively discussion in
Yeah,
there.
it's
let me
really
tell
good,
you.
and people are very nice to each other. And
Yep.
you can
It is the one safe corner left in the internet.
correct for now.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's really nice.
If you want to go to planetbroadcasting.com,
Everything's
sign up for
there.
the newsletter, check out all the other shows. We'd appreciate that too. It's really good.
There's all the shows you could ever imagine and more.
If you want to support this show specifically, forget all those other shows that we just mentioned.
Don't worry about it.
Moments ago.
Yeah.
You can go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies if you want to chuck in a buck, as we like to
chuck in a
say.
buck, yeah.
You can go to the Amazon affiliate link in our description. You click on that.
Yep.
Buy some stuff on Amazon.
Yeah.
Helps us out.
It does.
Just buy the stuff you were going to buy anyway.
Correct.
Buy groceries. Buy
shoes.
a speedboat.
Correct.
Buy any of those
buy
things.
Mason a can of Diet Coke because you owe him one.
If you could do that, and then I'll get a kickback from the Diet Coke as well.
Correct.
Wild.
It works.
The perfect crime.
Twofold.
We've got some t-shirts on tpublic.com.
Correct.
We've got that live show coming up.
Oh yeah, that's
But that's sold out, so don't even worry about it.
Yeah, you can't come.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
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 Thank you to the Brute and the Basilisk and Rackham for all our themes.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the show, I think.
And thank
yeah.
you for listening.
Thank you, guys.
All right. See you next week. Tomb Raider, baby.
Is that next week?
Yeah.
Okay. This is it.
Do you wanna-
This is the big one.
That's the bit what we've been waiting for.
This might be
An okay one.
This might be a good movie based on a video game.
I think there's a screening on Wednesday.
Can't
night.
make it.
Okay, I'll go by myself.
Good. Enjoy that. Let me know.
I probably won't.
Just text me yes or no.
Okay.
If it's better, if it's a good video game movie.
I will.
Okay.
All right.
Are you including Prince of Persia as a good one? Because that's the gold standard,
It's the
I
best
feel.
one, but it's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, okay, it's got to be superior to that and a good movie.
Okay.
Text me yes or no.
I will do that.
I'll let you. I'll
text everybody.
if you could.
Send me your
Twitter.
numbers on Twitter. Send me your mobile, your numbers.
Great.
Everybody. All right. See you next week.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye. This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates. I mean, if you want. It's up to you.